Hey everybody, what's going on? Hope you've had a safe and awesome week. I know it's been a while. I'm at like 73% feeling better. Still got a little bit of a cough, but other than that, doing all right. And I hope you're also staying warm for those folks out there that are in the path of the storm. Uh, I hate the cold. I got a heater running on my legs right now. So, man, it's been a weird couple of weeks. Been super busy, but I do have some stuff I want to talk about before I bring people on. Want to talk about a couple Kickstarters. Goo, hey Goo, good to see you, man. Hey, just so you know, boss, if it feels like I'm taking a long time to get to you, I'm on Restream. We're on Restream, and Restream the chat is kind of like 30 seconds to a minute off sometimes. But good to see you, man. Thanks for dropping by. But yeah, I got a couple Kickstarters. First off, we got a pre-launch for Bad Bug's Roseblood Manor number 6. Make sure you click that pre-launch, hit that notify me on launch button, so you can be notified when they launch. They actually got another one going on just right. Hey, well, welcome in, man. It's good. Like I said, good to see you. I appreciate you showing up. Uh, they got another one going on. This one is Mother Effin' Mermaids, and you'll see in the little slug I'm about to post, the effing is spelled out. It's a little early on YouTube. I don't want to get in trouble just yet. Uh, Funny enough, and I didn't grab the picture, but there's a Elias Chatzudis cover that we just had to get. So we've already backed this one. It's already well funded, so you can 100% get the book in. Go check it out. Speaking of Bad Bug, because I always forget to do this part, Bad Bug actually has two sites. They have a badbugmedia.com, and then they have Bad Bug Midnight. And right now, the entire site until the 30th is like 30% off. So it's a fantastic time to jump on Bad Bug and see if you like some of their stuff, which I love them. We love them. We talk about them all the time. So be sure to check that out. That's where you're going to find things like Murder Mary #1. Just in case Corey's watching. I kept giving Corey the wrong information, so hopefully he checks out the replay. The next one we got up is going to be from our buddy Garrett Gunn. It's Curse of Cleaver County #2. Hold on just a second, folks. I left it on the Batman when I was doing the hamburgers.
Oh, okay. Well,
If you can grab it for me,
fine.
please.
Fine.
Thank you, best wife.
Welcome, best husband.
So that's Curse of Cleaver County, and that was actually when I got my first Bjorn Berens cover. I got it from that campaign. Well, this time I chose a different cover, and if you go check out the website, see if you can guess which one I grabbed. And I know I hadn't seen Triple B just yet, but I got one specifically from a little small publisher called Obscura. And if you've watched Triple B's live, it's thank you. Yeah. It's from a company that does the same books as Pumpkin and Becca Boo. This one's called
I love pumpkin.
Hail Mary, and I think I actually have a picture of. This is the Sun Kumanaki cover. Saw the notification for this in my emails, showed it to Jenna. Jenna was like, "This is not the cover we got," but I showed it to Jenna. Jenna went and picked out a cover, so be sure you check that out. If you watch Triple B shows, you know every Wednesday. Hey, Metal Elf, good to see you. If you watch Triple B's show, you know he loves Sun Kumanaki. So this is right up his alley. I sent him a link earlier. I said, hey, man, if you want to show any of these off on your show, be sure to check those out. Just a couple more folks. And right here, the EXP. I'll leave that up for just a little bit. Make sure you scan that. That is the place where I work. I produce the shows behind the scenes. We got some of the folks from the EXP here in the chat tonight, so good to see y'all. Let's see. Okay, I had one more. I've been pushing this one from Comics Tribe for a long time. They've been in pre-launch forever. The book is actually out, and it's actually a book I'm going to talk about a little bit later tonight. This is Epic 1 through 5. The one that I ended up getting for this one, if you click on it, they have a trade for 1 through 4, and then issue 5 as a separate issue. It's $45 flat fee. There's no shipping. Shipping's free, I guess. And I know people say free shipping, but I think it's pretty much factored into the price. But it's not one of those when you order a Kickstarter. Sometimes they take the money out, and then a couple months later, hey, there's a shipping fee you got to pay. It's all at one time. So this one was really cool. So now that I have done all of that stuff, let's bring in it's been a while since he's been on. Let's bring in 2/3 of Hydra Asylum. Say hello to the internet's imaginary friend.
Yep. Another day, man. Another day.
Awesome. So how you been doing this past couple of weeks?
Jeez. As well as I do, man, it's been a change. Mainly just work. Huge change. So just getting used to all that. Haven't gotten to read as much as I've wanted to just because I've been trying to focus on that adjustment. So I am a little bit behind, although there is a book I will talk about later. You know what I was reading. I went through issues 2 through 5.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep going through that one. So I'll talk about that one here later on, folks. So stick around for that. But it's a book that I'm about 2 years late on. Bearded Comic Bro bragged about this book during its entire run. It made his top list. Not going to lie, it's probably going to make my top list this year because it's been fire so far for me. So,
awesome.
Yeah, that's an early runner for end of the year list already. And we're not even a month in. So, going to be a good year for comics. I think last year when we finally started kind of getting back into reading more, especially me, man, it felt good. Like I know we do not to go on a rant here, sorry folks, but I know we do this, we do it for fun, we do it but I will admit that I got to a point for a while where I felt like I had to read something just to make a video instead of reading something just because that's what I like to do. So now that I'm back doing that, it just feels better when I do a video about something. Like that. I got to admit that Immortal Legend Batman I did was pretty good just because I felt inspired to do that one. So,
yeah. 100%.
So that's kind of where I'm at. But
And
other than that, just getting used to whatever this was supposed to be on a schedule by now to where I could be on here more. And it sucks that I'm still not there yet. And unfortunately it's back to an unknown timeline. So I'm just going to stop bringing it up every time I find something out.
Yeah.
And essentially once it happens, then I'll just shock everybody and go, hi, I'm here.
So just in case you didn't see the chat yet, Goo and Middle Elf are two folks that come to the experience and watch the shows over there. Hey, what's going on, Ed? So good folks. Goo is usually always on the Friday art show with Nick. Great to see him here. Middle Elf, I see him kind of everywhere, watching Robbie and everything. So Ed, hope you're warm. Yeah, I was actually waiting for you. I thought I sent a link to everybody, but I was waiting for you. So if you want to pop on, man, let me know. I'm just fixing to get into the. So I'm not going to do all of them. I started a New Year's resolution. I talked about this. I put out a couple shorts where I was going to read at least a comic a day for the entire year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm only going to read one comic. It means that I'm going to at least read one comic a day. If I read more, I read more, which I have. Because as of today, I'm at 83 comics so far. So Wearing your ears.
What's up, Carlos?
It's all right. As you can see, it's just me on camera tonight. That's fine. Let me shoot Ed a link real fast, and then Sean, you can. What is? I know we'll talk about the book that you're talking about a little bit later.
Yeah.
Is there something you think when you have a little bit of time that you want to tackle?
You might have to give me a second because I gotta go find my list real quick. Well, okay, actually, I can't name the specific books yet because I don't have it in front of me, but the Robbie list.
Ah,
Because I asked Robbie essential comics that I need to read a couple years back. I found the picture of that list, so I just got to find it again, but it's somewhere, and I got to do the Robbie list. So I think some stuff like Planetary's on there,
mm-hmm.
And a few other big essential stories. So probably working my way through the Robbie list for sure is one of them. Oh, sorry. Let me find my list. Sorry, folks. I should be more prepared, but I'm not.
You're good. I just need you to stall for that minute so I can shoot Ed the link. So
And
you want to
then-
take a little time to think about it.
Well, and there are stuff. There's more books from some of our even just the top 10 list that we did. I want to finish up Bug Wars. I gotta get through DCKO, and I got to start working my way through the Absolute Universe.
My goodness, bro. So you weren't here the last couple of times, but I have been caught up with Absolute Superman. Mind blowing. I'm caught up on DCKO. Holy cow. When Miss Jen talked about it on Minute to Skim It, when you get to that last page of that, yeah. It's yeah, it's exciting. It's a lot of great things that DC's doing, in my opinion. I think that there's a lot of folks out there that aren't really digging the Absolute stuff, but I really am. So
I know it seems like everybody's digging for sure Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman.
mm-hmm.
But when you get in Martian Manhunter, probably is the next one. But Flash and Green Lantern are the ones that really seem to be kind of either meh to lukewarm. Those seem to be the ones that people consider the weakest. And watch me, I'll read it and I'll end up being like, this is one of the greatest freaking books ever. But
yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Actually, one more book that I'm going to throw on there because I got to go back and basically redo the entire series is Stillwater. I got to run back through that entire run.
Yep, I think
I got about 8 issues in, and then I just stopped. Whatever I collected almost the entire run.
Yeah,
but I just stopped reading it. And then, of course, it reminded me when I got a book signed by Chip at Comic Palooza 2 years ago. I was like, I should have brought that book too.
Yeah, because you got the Silver Coin one signed, didn't you?
Yeah. Which cool story, at least, because everybody else is there getting his Daredevil, Batman signed, and I pulled that book out, and he was like, "Oh, Silver Coin, cool." And I was like, "All right, cool." I listened to the reaction. Yay!
One of my books I read today was what was it? Issue 6 of his Captain America run. My goodness!
As much as you've been talking about that, dude, I've never read any of his Marvel stuff, to be perfectly honest. Just like I've never read any of Donny Cates Marvel stuff, and we're all big Donny Cates fans in the house.
Yeah.
His Hulk run is something that's supposed to be really good. So
Hulk run. I still need to read his Batman run. I hear so many great things about his Batman. Speaking of Batman, terrible segue. Let's bring in. What's up, Eddie?
I'm not Batman. How you doing, brother?
Good, man. How are you?
Doing just fine.
Awesome.
Watching everybody freak out over the weather.
True. I mean, it's cold.
We got down to minus 25 last night, actual air temperature.
Ugh, gross.
And there's this thing that happens that not everybody is aware of because we haven't had a bitter cold winter in a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it's called exploding trees. And what happens is that the oh, what do you call it? The sap and the water that's in the trees,
Mm-hmm.
it gets so cold so fast that it freezes and it causes it to expand, and the tree makes a snapping noise. So you hear like pop, 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 pop in the woods. And people have been freaking out making AI videos of trees like exploding like you have dynamite in it, saying this is what's happening in Michigan. And I'm like, oh my God. It's not.
Nice. I was just about to get into, so I'm not going to show like all of them because again, I've read 83 books so far, but I wanted to talk about a couple of things I read since the last time we were on with each other. Just real fast. I'm just not like full blown synopsis or anything, but Devil on My Shoulder #2.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to say thank you, Ed, for bringing Devil on My Shoulder to my attention.
You're
That
welcome.
first issue was amazing. The second issue, holy crap.
It did not let us down, did it?
No, this was a fantastic second issue. Now, unfortunately, a part of the book will be spoiled for you on certain covers. That's why I made sure I grabbed this one. But man, this was a fantastic book from Dark Horse. Kyle Starks, again, folks. I've talked about this before. If I see Kyle Starks' name on a book, I'm reading it. I've loved everything I've seen this person do. So it's one of them. Then, just looking around through stuff, I found this book called, if it'll load, there we go, Stealth. This is about an aging superhero that we think the suit is giving him dementia. So he's misremembering things. It's almost like when they portray dementia in TV. I don't have any personal like experience with dementia, so this is the only thing I can go on. But he sees his son as his brother that has already passed. Like, this was such a good hidden book. I finished the series. It's not very, I think it's only like 6 issues, but this was fantastic. I cannot believe I had never heard of this before. I just happened to find it by accident, found the issues, read it. It's such a good story and a very powerful book at the same time. So this is Stealth from Image. Let's see, next one I got up. Red Coat. I am actually caught up with this one. I started reading this, I think 3 or 4 issues a day. I'm caught up with it. As much as I love all the Ghost Machine stuff I've read, I haven't read like Hornsby and Halo. I haven't read some of those other ones. But of the 3 series that I have read, this one is my favorite. This one is already going to be getting a movie. If you haven't read Red Coat, this book it's funny and it's just great to see this guy going through time. He's immortal, but he has to stay inside the U.S. If he leaves the borders, he starts aging. There's other immortals. I gotta say, without being too spoilery about it, one of my favorite issues that I read very recently had Johnny Appleseed in it, and it's a fun story, folks. So if you want to jump in on Ghost Machine, definitely try this one. Like, this one's been a ton of fun. Then I talked about this a little bit ago. DCKO #3, that final page. My goodness, I am so ready. This was something that I thought if they handled this the wrong way, this could be kind of boring. Because it's the thing starts out with 32 let me back that up. Participants. There we go, Jay. 32 participants. Then it whittles down to 16. Then it's down to 8. Then it gets it's going pretty fast. And then you got to be careful because there's the I think it's KO Night Fight KO something Night Fight. You got to be careful reading those because if you read those before you read this, some things are going to be spoiled for you. So I would definitely read the KO stuff first and then read the tie-ins. But this book has been fantastic. DC has been crushing it with the all-in stuff, and the absolute stuff. Then we got Skinbreaker. I'm a Robert Kirkman nut. I can't wait until we have some kind of deal with Prime where we just have a Robert Kirkman world of animated stuff. Doesn't have to be live action. I would take this just animated of all his stuff on Prime. I know we got The Walking Dead, but I mean, take Invincible, which I'll be talking about here in just a little bit. But Invincible, Capes, Battle Beast, Brit, Skinbreaker. There's tons of stuff. Die. Tons of Robert Kirkman stuff that would make awesome animated series. This book has been so good. It was so strange to me that I thought it was going in one direction until I got to issue 2. And then at the issue 2, it just it continues the story, but it definitely was not what I was expecting. So if you haven't read Skinbreaker from Robert Kirkman, fantastic book. I am also, I believe, caught up. I think there's one issue left. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees the Rite of Spring. This was a sleeper hit for me. The first series was a sleeper hit for me. I heard everybody talk about it. I should have trusted Patrick Horvath. I like a lot of the other stuff he's written. When I went to read the first series, I read the whole thing. I was like, I'm going to read an issue. Nope, had to read the whole thing. This one has been so awesome so far. Murder mystery. It's animals doing people things, and it's the worst things those people could be doing. There's the thing that happens in the last issue that I cannot wait to see how they conclude it. Things have come to light. People have been found out. It's incredible. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees Rite of Spring.
My favorite thing about this series, including the first one, was that the way it's drawn reminds me of those kids' books from the 70s.
Yep.
But what's happening inside is not what happens in the kid book from the 70s. It's a great series.
100%. So this next one, I kind of read out of order. I had read this particular book before for Minute to Skim It a long time ago. Did not realize this was a new series. So this is Babs, The Black Road South. This is from Ahoy Comics by Garth Ennis. Now what Babs is basically kind of a Red Sonja parody, but not a parody. Like, she's apparently Red Sonja exists in this world because it's very anachronistic. Okay. The language they use, and usually I'm not down with that, but this book is supposed to be that way. It's not like some of the Red Sonja books I read before where there was language that they wouldn't be using in regular books. This one, they even have like a rap rock song that's basically about Red Sonja. It doesn't say her full name, but Red Sonja is in there. So they definitely know about Red Sonja. This was a super funny book, hyper violent. Babs is an awesome character. Awesome character. So we got that one. There's only one issue of this out so far. This is a newer one. So then I was like, oh, that's right. I've read Babs before. So I went back and I finished the first series. It's fantastic. Fantastic. I will spoil one little thing for you. There is a penis enlargement potion that gets used. And it's the funniest damn thing. It's so grotesquely overdone. It's so funny.
Is that where Kachu comes from?
It could be. It could be.
Dude, of all the things I was expecting to hear you say, that was not on the list.
Yes. And they have like the deep realm, and they have these
nice.
It's very It's very tongue in cheek. It's very funny. Babs is a great character. I hope to read more of this. I've said this on shows before, whether it was in stores this week or Minute to Skim It. Ahoy is very hit or miss with me on some of their projects. This one is definitely a hit. I love Babs.
So does it have like Garth Ennis-isms in it?
I mean, it's hyper violent, but it's not. And here's what I tell people about Garth. Garth is very much you either really dig him, you think he's all right, or you think he's an edgelord. Not everything Garth writes is a boys or a crossed or things like that. Like his 007 run that came after Philip Kennedy Johnson, I thought was amazing. A little more violent, yes, but I thought it was great. There's Corey.
What's
Hey,
up,
what's going
Corey?
on? What is going on? Hey, boss, I don't know if you saw it. I talked about this a little bit earlier. I'm going to go ahead and pop this in again. So, Bad Bug Midnight is where you're going to find books like The First Murder Mary. And right now, yeah, I did. Right now on Bad Bug Midnight, site-wide 30% off until the 30th, until January 30th. So great way to get into some Bad Bug Midnight books. So yeah, just be sure to check that out. See if something grabs you. And earlier in the show, I popped some links in for some Kickstarters. I'll show off this one again. This is Hail Mary from Obscura, Sun Kumanaki cover. They're Mother Effin' Mermaids from Bad Bug that's going on right now. Got about a week left. I grabbed the Elias Chatzoudas cover for that. I didn't pull a picture though. There's Garrett Gunn's Cleaver County number 2. I didn't want to show off that cover because I wanted people to go to that one and see, if they could guess which cover I got. It's pretty simple. I think most people can. So the last book on here that I want to talk about, because again, the link to the Kickstarter is up a little bit farther in the chat. I went back and reread Epic number 0. Now, Epic is a story about a superhero who has the most interesting oh my goodness, what is it? Weakness. I couldn't remember the word weakness. Has an interesting weakness. It's pretty girls. He loses his powers around pretty girls, and this is a teenage boy. So, super fun story. The Kickstarter that's coming out is for 1 through 5. We backed the paperback with issue 5, flat fee of $45, free shipping. So excited to get that in. Comics Tribe is another company that I talk about a lot. They have a lot of great stuff. Visit comicstribe.com. I happened to see them through a Facebook ad years ago. So as much as people don't like Facebook ads, I liked it because it introduced me to Comics Tribe and things like, Oxymoron, Chum, which is a crime surf noir where they actually use sharks, Wailing Blade, Fistful of Pain, bunch of cool stuff. Hey, Thomas, good to see you. Cul-de-sac, I'm definitely going to check that out. I have not been to my comic shop in so long. I have not gotten to read any of Cul-de-sac from Bad Idea. Last Bad Idea book that I got was Ordained, but I'm super excited just tearing through the whole story of Cul-de-sac. That I've been interested in that one for forever. All right, now here's where you guys can pop in and we could talk about this. There's been so many cool trailers and little things dropped this week. I had a busy week this week. The first one I want to talk about, I'm going out in a weird kind of order, but the first one I want to talk about is we finally got a real first appearance of Jason Momoa as Lobo. I've been saying this forever, folks. Even before Aquaman, I said, well, once I saw him as Aquaman, I knew he should have been Lobo. I'm talking about, back when he was on Stargate. This guy is Lobo. I think this is perfect casting. It should have been this way the whole time, but I'm kind of glad it wasn't because that other universe ended. Who knows if we would have gotten this? So did y'all get to see the little snippet of him?
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
it was great. So
Yeah, so
I mean,
Brad-
if there's one thing James Gunn is great at teasers and building excitement. So this was one of them.
yeah, I love how he looks. I love so there was two kind of different ones that they released. There was one with him coming out of his trailer. He wasn't in any makeup, but he had the teeth in. And they asked him how he felt, and he goes, "Finally." And then we get to see him. And then there was like a little snippet of Supergirl in the bar. And then you see him in this picture where he pulls up on the bike. And this looks so good. I'm so excited for it.
I'm wondering if in post, because doesn't Lobo have red eyes?
In most of the stuff I've seen him in, yes.
Be
That
curious to see if
doesn't
he's gonna-
necessarily mean they're going to do it this time.
Right. I'm just curious if that's something that they might try to do, or if they're going to leak. I mean, he looks the part. There's nothing you can argue about it.
Yeah. So I mean, we'll see. They might decide to go with just this look. They might decide to give him the red eyes. I mean, look at that that little snippet from the Fantastic Four trailer when Johnny's carrying thing up in the air and he's telling him say it. In that one, he's not on fire. In the movie, he is on fire.
Yeah.
So they can probably very well go in and add that if they feel like it. We just have to see how it goes with that one. But I'm super excited for this. It's coming a lot faster than I thought. I can't believe Ed said it best. We're talking about this just like we were talking about Superman.
Yep.
So,
And it's going to be February next week.
yeah, I can't. Yeah.
That
is-
blows my mind. It seems like we just had Christmas.
Yeah. It does. It's insane. So, next thing I want to talk about, something I am been excited about for a while. I was cautiously optimistic. I know that this trailer kind of divided a lot of people, which that's all movie trailers nowadays, folks. But He-Man.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome. That got me hyped up. I'm one
My-
of the few that like the Dolph Lundgren one though too. So
right here, brother. Right
I
here.
have no problems with the Dolph Lundgren one.
cool.
I will say though, this one surprised me because I've Jay knows, and I'll openly admit it. I am not the biggest He-Man guy,
Right.
but this trailer actually took me by surprise. Like it really genuinely surprised me.
There was some things that I really dug about it. Like
And
again,
me not being a He-Man nerd, that I wouldn't know, but like I legit I'll go to the theater with you to see it. I mean,
hell yeah.
it drew somebody like me who's you can kind of call me a non-fan. If it drew me in enough to see it, I mean, I can imagine how people that really really are fans like yourself, and I guess Ed, you are too.
oh, big time.
So for y'all, it's huge, I'm sure.
Yep, had those toys growing up. Had
The only one I never got, there was two on my I gotta have lists, and that was Battle Cat and Castle Grayskull, and I never got either one.
I never got Castle Grayskull, but I did have Battle Cat.
You dog.
Hey,
The funny thing is, when I turned like 40, I bought it for myself for my birthday, so I have a Battle Cat now too.
good to see unknown. Yeah, when this trailer popped. It was so they released a little teaser, and of course I grabbed it, put it out as a short. And the first comment I got was basically it doesn't look good. Which again, nowadays with every movie, that's how trailer. Well, yeah, and that's a good point, and that's what I always tell people. Even if the trailer doesn't get you, wait till you see the movie. There have been trailers I've seen where I was like, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle was one of them. I first saw that trailer, I was like, I don't know. I watched the movie and I loved it. So yeah, until the credits roll on this one, I'm just going to be as optimistic as I can be. Like I said, the things that I like about this was one of the main complaints from the first one was outside of, you had Gwildor, instead of Orko.
Oh yeah.
There was you start the movie on Eternia, and then it spends most of the time back on Earth. And in this one, they kind of flipped that, and it was you start out on Eternia, he's on Earth for a little bit, then they go back to Eternia, and it's not that tropey. He doesn't know. Somebody has to come tell him. Oh, he goes, "What do you mean I'm a prince from another planet?" No, he knows who he is, and I think that's what I like the most about it. It's not that tropey. He's got amnesia or something. He knows that he's He-Man. He knows he's Prince Adam.
The thing that I liked is when it showed him as Adam, he had the pink shirt on with the bowl cut hair. I'm like, they nailed it. Now make him different when he's He-Man.
Now I just needed him. Oh my God, do I cry? Come on, what's going on? That would have been the perfect song to play during this trailer.
Oh, for sure.
And like I said in my reaction, and I can do it a little bit louder now, I just want one. And I know he's not going to sound like this, but I just want one. Until next time, He-Man. I just want that. I want that kind of silly voice, but that's a cartoon voice. They're not going to use that, I know. But I've always loved that. Until we meet again. Those little videos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Those little videos are especially funny because the actual cartoon itself always ended with a "this is what we learned today" moment with either He-Man or Orko, and the things going on the web or Skeletor teaching you stuff you don't want to know.
Yes.
Remember.
Until we meet again. Yeah. But I think the actor, I thought I wasn't familiar with him, but apparently I've seen him in a bunch of stuff and didn't even realize it.
Skeletor looks really good, Goo.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that because I'm gonna go through a little bit of these pictures. Camila Mendez. First of all, I love this actress. I think she should be talked about like the way. No, I haven't. She should be talked about like people talk about Sydney Sweeney. Like, granted, she was in that not so great Riverdale show, but I think Camila Mendez is awesome. And it, strangely enough, it almost looks to me like they look very close in looks. Like the actresses one kind of looks like a younger one. Like there's something about the facial structure. I don't know if that's what they were going for. I don't know if that's makeup on Camilla's face, but these actresses look very similar to each other. So this is Artila. Really excited for her. Now the next one has been a little bit of controversy, and to me it's a non-controversy. But we got our man Idris Elba as Man-at-Arms. I love Idris Elba. I don't care who he plays.
Why is it controversial?
Because Man-at-Arms is typically a white character.
Oh my Lord. Okay.
Stupid shit like that.
I don't even see that crap anymore until somebody points it out.
Yeah.
I wanted Idris Elba to be 007.
I want him to be everything. I love that guy. I love him in everything he does. No. Yes. He's gonna crush it. He looks so great. Yes, exactly. He's always great. I think the first time I ever saw him was The Office. I think it was The Office. Oh, Leto. Well, here's the thing, folks, and we're about to get to that one. I would just want to get through this. We got Alison Brie as Evelyn. Now, I will say this. I'm definitely going to give her a chance. But I don't know how you beat, and I always forget her name. Is it Megan? I think it begins with an M. But the original live action one with those piercing blue eyes. She was also in They Live.
Oh.
Meg
also,
Foster.
yeah, she's also in
Thank you.
my favorite version of The Legend of Sleepy Hollow.
Okay.
Yeah, she's Meg Foster.
Thank you. I knew it was an M name, but I couldn't remember. Allison Brie, great actress, very funny. I haven't seen her in too many serious things, but I'm definitely going to give her a shot. She still looks great. It still feels like Evelyn. So here we're going to the one that everyone's talking about right now. Jared Leto as Skeletor. Now, Frank Langella. Langella?
Langella?
Langella. Maybe it's Langella.
Are you talking about the vampire Dracula guy? That's Frank Langella from the 70s. He played Dracula.
I think so.
Yeah, okay, that's Frank Langella. Yeah.
Okay. He was also, I think, Perry White in Superman Returns.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he was.
He was the Skeletor in the 87, I think, that Master Universe was. I thought he was fantastic. I thought he kind of blew everyone away. It felt like he was trying to go for an Oscar. I thought he was great. I thought he was great in it. I know Jared Leto, folks. I know people are tired of seeing him and stuff. But here's the thing. Here's the thing that makes it the best for me. Look at the face. It's not like we're not. I think there might be a flashback of before he turns into that. But I think this is fine. It's not like we're actually seeing Jared Leto. I think this will be fine.
I don't understand what got all the hate for him. I don't have any hate for Jared Leto. He's fun.
I don't know what it is either, other than he's like a weird person, I guess. I don't follow it. Well, I can see it feels like an odd choice. Like I can understand that. But
if he has a gnarly Skeletor voice, who cares? You're not going to see his face.
yeah.
I just like as much as he was an odd choice for Joker, his Joker voice was not bad, really.
No, just everything else about the character to me.
Yeah.
I know this will earn me love. I liked his Miss Morbius. Go ahead. Let me have it.
I've told you my issues with Morbius.
I know.
I think they cut too much out. They
did.
That was my issue with it. Oh, he might be a cult leader. I know nothing of that. Like I said,
Are you talking about Leto or me?
Well, Ed. I wish you would go back singing. Like, I think Jenna too, the only people that like 30 Seconds to Mars. I like him. I've liked him ever since Capricorn. Whether it's a known actor or not, that's pretty good. No, and these are all very good points, folks. Like, I'm not disparaging anybody. I'm not saying anybody's wrong. I'm just more of for myself personally, I have been since Heath Ledger. Everyone gets a shot with me. Mm-hmm. And maybe he'll start singing, yes.
Until we meet again, he ran.
Oh, what's going on? I say, hey, hey,
oh
hey,
my
hey,
God.
hey.
This could go south so fast.
But between that and me wanting Thundercats, a live action Thundercats, just so I can go snarf, snarf all the time.
You do it anyway. What do you need a movie for?
I do. Well, just because.
We're just going to have you play Snarf.
I would totally be Snarf. Snarf, well, I know, Snarf. So, all right. So those two trailers. And the final trailer, the final one I want to talk about is especially exciting for me. As soon as it loads. Invincible Season 4.
All right. Before we jump into this.
Yes.
Circle back for an idea for a future show.
Okay.
Let's cast live action Thundercats at some point.
You got it. That is phenomenal.
I don't know about that, but I'd cast the Troeno Gatos.
I'll tell you right now, Idris Elba's going to be Panthro.
Hell yeah. Would it be weird if I wanted Chris Hemsworth for Lion-O?
No, that works.
What's weird is that you want Chris Hemsworth. That's the weird part.
No, that's not weird. That's a beautiful man. I don't care. I don't care. But yeah, so this was the last trailer I saw, and I was blown away. I love this show, and for the same reason I love The Boys. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping one day Restream kind of gets on the ball fixing that delay, but just much for what I like The Boys, how it can be the subvert expectations and still be great. This sticks so close to the comics, and it's kind of like a second draft for look, we said Idris Elba, and yes, he was McCavity in that terrible, terrible Cats movie from 2019. So yes, they could be.
He was your cavity?
Yeah, he was McCavity. Yeah, McCavity.
Which one of your cavities was he?
I don't know, one of the 8. That's right. I'll get you next time, chat.
We're gonna have fun when we do that one.
Yeah.
I am now. I will freely admit, I'm 2 seasons behind on Invincible. I got like 2 or 3 episodes into season 2, and then haven't watched it since.
And that's not because it was bad or anything, right?
No, that's just I honestly have not really started watching anything new in a while. I think the last season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds was the last thing I actually really watched that was new. Otherwise, I'm just going back and watching old stuff right now.
I find myself doing the same thing, man. I still haven't watched like Penguin or anything like that.
Same.
Like the newest thing that I watched was Stranger Things and Welcome to Derry.
Yeah.
But this right here, y'all, I am so excited for. Again, Robert Kirkman has said this is like his chance to add some things that he wanted to add in the comics. It's like his second draft. They speed events up, but it's so close to the comics. And I'm slowly making my way through them. I don't know if anybody else knows about the Invincible comics, but the trades have names like 8 is Enough and Family Matters and Different Strokes and stuff like that. Like those are the names of the trades. I think personally I only have 6 volumes, maybe 7. It's a daunting task. I said that word like 8 times in my reaction video, but it's a big task to try to read Invincible because there is so much stuff. Because not only do you have the regular trades, but you got some of the tie-ins, the offshoot characters. You know, Battle Beast had his own series. There was a 2-issue thing for Adam Eve that I read as one of my books to read today. I read that. Great. There's a character named Britt. There's a character named Tech Jacket, which I think Tech Jacket was first, and then Invincible came. But watching this trailer is just like, I can't wait. Would I love to see a live action Invincible? Absolutely. Do I need a live action Invincible thanks to this cartoon? Absolutely not. Like, there's a lot of things that I think would just be better as animated. And I think Invincible, like I said, would I say no if somebody's like, hey, we're doing a live action, which I think Seth Rogen and them have talked about they're going to be doing one, but that's in the future. If it's stuck with animation right now, I'd be fine. And, you know, I need to also get back to watching Vox Machina. And then Corey reminded me the other day about the Mighty Nine. But again, this right here, I'm so excited. It's March 18th, I believe it comes out. They have material for a while with this show. So I don't know how long they plan on taking it, but my goodness, I'm ready for any and all of it. I'm going to be doing a rewatch. So far, it's 3 seasons, Thomas. This is going to be season 4 coming up. They're all on Prime right now. The show, I was very late to this. I talked about this, and I talk about things repeatedly all the time, but I was very late getting onto Invincible. What the comics, okay? So I finally broke down. I was at Space Cadets, Miss Jen's, and I saw that there was, the first trade for $10. And I was like, $10. If I don't like it, I can at least gift it. I think so. But then again, I don't think The Boys looks terrible in the hyperviolence. I think that it's one of those things where I'd want them as much as they could to use more practical effects instead of CGI like everybody likes to use nowadays for everything. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah, there you go. Oh, damn it. Forgot what I was saying, guys. Oh, so I grabbed the first trade, and I read the first issue or two, and I was like, okay, this is good. I could, I don't regret buying this at all. I didn't get the hype at the time. Then I got to issues like 3 and 4. Then I read the rest of the trade, and I was like, okay, I'm sold. And around this time, that's when the rumors of live action coming. That's when the rumors of the cartoon is coming. I love that about the cartoon too. There was that one episode where he kept trying to say his name, and it kept flashing to the title card. I thought that was hysterical. The fact that they poke fun at how anime sometimes, to save money on the budget, will have characters do this so you don't see their mouth moving, or they'll do a still shot of people and move the shot to save money. The show's hilarious. The voice cast is incredible. Lee Pace is going to be Grand Regent Thrag in this new season. Thrag is just about a bigger threat than even Conquest was. So I am very excited to see him show up. So, all right, folks, do you have anything you guys want to talk about? Anything that, Ed, have you watched or read anything?
You didn't bring up the trailer that got me most hyper this week. The Mortuary Assistant comes out in the middle of February. They've made a movie out of the video game, and it deals with like demonic possessions, and I don't want to get too much into it, but she's basically, you watch the trailer. The trailer looks like they did a fantastic job with it. It's called The Mortuary Assistant. It comes out, believe it or not, I think it comes out on Valentine's Day, which is hilarious.
Ooh, unknown. I'm very biased. I love Dark Knight, don't get me wrong, but if you haven't checked out Invincible, I think you should. Like, it depends on how many times you've seen Dark Knight. And again, it's one of those things where I tell people about this, and if it ends up not being their thing, totally fine. Like, it's cool if it ends up, if you're like, it's not for me, all good. I don't want anybody to ever think that, we're gonna hurt Jay's feelings if we don't like everything he likes, because it won't.
He does not care, folks. He really doesn't.
No. I want people to enjoy things. I just want to share things that I love, and if somebody who's never seen it goes and like, oh my God, this is amazing, now I need to go read comics. Dude, goal achieved. That's exactly what I would love. For somebody to be like, I've never watched Invincible, I've never read Invincible, let me watch the cartoon or the animated, and you dig that and you're like, you know what, I want to go read some comics now. Awesome. That's always my goal. Read some comics, folks. If you love this stuff, if there's something you watch and you're just like, wow, that's amazing, find some comics. They might not actually match, but you know. Zombie Tramp I have read. Revival is scheduled for my book that I'm going to read. You know, my resolution for this year was at least one comic a day, every day this year. And that doesn't just mean one comic, that just means I have to read at least one a day. So Revival, I have it written down because I thought about it. I was like, still need to read Revival. Revival is written down for my 125 book to read. So I will definitely be reading that. Zombie Tramp, I think I have a couple trays, maybe one tray to that. I have a Zombie Tramp, and then I think a Zombie Tramp versus Vamp Blade. I think I have that one too. So yes, that is on my list. I remembered right before the show today. I was like, you know what? Corey keeps telling me about Revival, and I keep thinking about reading it, and then I totally forget. So Mortuary, one more time.
The Mortuary's Assistant, I think is what it's called.
Assistant? Oh,
He's not here.
Okay.
But I think that's what it's called. All right. So since I wasn't here last couple of weeks, I think the last time I was on for just a little bit, I talked about how meh the Avengers Doomsday stuff has been.
Right.
Since then, Marvel has done a fantastic job of getting better with every trailer. Obviously, the X-Men one got me so excited that I just like, you know what, I'm just going to do a short and talk about it for 55 seconds. And then I thought the actual longer trailer that they just did is decent and everything. So they're getting better with it, at least at building the hype. It went from I didn't care to now I'm like, all right, I'm ready to go see it whenever they finally do release it.
That is definitely not why. Definitely not why.
So yeah, that's the big kind of update I have. I went from not being interested necessarily, even though I was going to go watch it anyway, to now they're doing a better job of getting me brought in on it. As far as reading, my big read of recently has been Dick Tracy from Mad Cave. Like I said at the top of the show, I'm 2 years behind on the hype. Bearded tried to get me for a long time. He's like, read it, dude. So did a nice little decent reading of about 4 issues the other day. I finished up the first arc. Folks, even if you aren't a Dick Tracy fan, read it. It's nothing like the movie. I will tell you that right now. It's not even close. Other than the names. I mean, it's very much feels much more grounded. It's much more violent than the Warren Beatty stuff, but it is so good so far.
It might be more comparable, aside from the violence, to the older Dick Tracy comics.
Yeah, probably so, which I have no experience with. So I'm probably getting to see, because this isn't necessarily spoilery, but one of the big things that they actually never touch on in the movie is that Dick Tracy is actually a former, he was in the military. And they touch on things like he has a lot of flashbacks and trauma that you can tell he's dealing with, which is something you never see in the movies.
The movie was amazing. Yeah.
I'm not dogging that movie. That movie is great.
Just damn it, Warren Beatty, let the rights go, man.
Yes. But essentially, though, if you get a chance, Carlos, to read the comics, it is nothing like the movie in so many ways. Flat Top is a psycho, and Big Boy he's a genius, but he's a lot tougher than he is in the movie. So there's a lot there to work with. That's pretty awesome. I'm trying to think of. Yeah, I've read a little bit of the DCKO. What I've read, I've liked, of course. I'm trying to think of. I'm still keeping up with Immortal Legend Batman. So, and that series is still continuing to do well. I think it's only got like an issue left before they're done with this particular run, and then if they do another one, cool. Speed Racer has still been good. Surprise, again, like I said on my thing, that's a comic that could go wrong in so many ways, but it doesn't, and that's props to the creative team on how they draw and write it. So I got to give them credit where credit's due on that one. Go ahead.
It's kind of weird to me, and it's not just like it's definitely not just Mad Cave that does this, but there are three different. So you have Speed Racer, then you have the Racer X,
Yep.
then you have Speed Racer Tales from the Speedway or something like that, the brand new one that just came out.
Yeah.
Then I got to thinking about it as like we have Thundercats, we had a Thundercats Chitara, there's a Thundercats Pumira, there's a Thundercats Lost, there's about to be a Thundercats Silverhawks crossover, and it feels like, are we starting to get into that territory where one book is getting too many spinoffs?
Yeah. And that's where it can go very wrong there, is when you try to do too much with everything. Another Dynamite character that I've been seeing, like I see covers of it all the time on the EXP show.
Mhm.
You've heard me mention it because the cover just looks awesome. It's the Peter Cannon Thunderbolt.
Mhm.
So I finally read the 3 issues of the 2025 run.
Mhm.
I was actually pleasantly surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did. Maybe I was just in a good mood that day and just happened to be in the right frame of mind to read it, but I actually didn't think it was that bad.
I need to give that one a shot, and it's because it's so strange. There's one or two Red Sonja books that I really, really like. There's the Vamp, the Vampirella that's like set in the 40s that I really, really like.
Yeah, that one's great.
Outside
Mhm.
of that, what's that, Ed?
I just agreed.
Really, the Vamp?
Yeah, I said I just agreed. I
Oh,
went,
okay.
I didn't
It
disagree.
sounded
No,
like
I just went,
okay.
I
Yeah,
also
great
like your one.
Okay.
Yeah, it really sounded like
But it's a lot of Dynamite's other stuff, it just doesn't really grab me. But then they started doing Space Ghost, which
Yeah.
again, Space Ghost, pun definitely intended, otherworldly art by Jonathan Lau in that book. It's fantastic. Then you had, Darkwing Duck, you had Gargoyles for me, the first couple of issues were really, really good. And then there was a few issues where Goliath is in jail, and it just felt like it dragged on. So I kind of dropped off on that one. But it feels like a lot of the Disney stuff that Dynamite's doing, and the older cartoon stuff like Thundercats, Space Ghost, Silverhawks, I'm drawn more towards those than I am like their flagship people like Vampirella and Sheena and all those ones. So I'll give Peter Thunderbolt a try.
They had a shot to grab me with those cartoon books, but they ruined the Herculoids. I was so looking forward to that coming out, and that the story sucks, the art sucks, the covers suck. That was a big bummer for me.
And on the other side of the spectrum for that, since I didn't know anything about the Herculoids, I didn't love it by any means, but I liked it. But again, this is coming from I
Yeah, that's
knew
fair. That's fair.
nothing about it. But I'm the same way. That World of Warcraft movie that came out a while back?
Yeah.
A lot of people hated on that thing. I don't play World of Warcraft. I don't play board games. I don't do anything. I don't like any of that stuff. It's just not for me. But if you put Dungeons and Dragons in something, movie or comic wise, I'm all over it. World of Warcraft, I really like that movie, but again, I knew nothing of the lore, and a lot of times that's like, to my advantage,
Uh-huh.
So I can totally see though that, because like I said, I liked the Hercules book. I didn't think it was like the best thing I've ever read.
When you have some time, just Google the 70s Herculoids and look at what they were supposed to look like.
Mm.
And Dynamite hasn't come close to that in any of their issues. I've been watching for one cover to buy, and there's been nothing. They've tried to make them look more human. They've tried to make them look more 3D or whatever. I'm like, You didn't do that with Space Ghost. You didn't do that with DuckTales. Why are you screwing with the Herculoids? Just do it like it was.
Hmm.
And then when I was reading it, I'm like, this story is just stupid. But I was already disappointed going in, so that could have something to do with it.
I got you. The again, I don't read a ton of Dynamite stuff. I say that, but you know what I mean.
Me too, Corey. I play it, and I like the movie.
Johnny Quest, the one or two issues I read, I like that one. I thought that one was pretty good.
Yeah, and they drew it like the cartoon.
Hmm.
So why did they not do that with the Herculoids?
I don't know because it feels like Blue Falcon.
All
and
the
Dynamite-
other ones, Blue Falcon and Dynamite, look great. I haven't read any of them.
that's one that I wanted to read because again, I know nothing. I know of the character, but I've never watched it. Unlike Johnny Quest, Johnny
Dynamite's
Quest.
the best, man. Hello, Phable.
Yeah, I see. Like when I saw these Hanna-Barbera cartoons, comics that Dynamite was doing, there's a couple of them that, like Johnny Quest, that was in syndication and reruns when I was a kid, so I watched Johnny Quest a lot. The little Johnny Quest movie that they had, loved it as a kid. Loved that show. There's a lot of these books that they're doing. How I missed out on Space Ghost, no clue. But I went into Space Ghost totally blind. And I know that the 3 or 4 issues of that, because again, I'm way behind on that one. The 3 or 4 issues of that I read were solid. And then you have, again, differing opinions. Kyle didn't like it because it was too serious for him. I think Kyle said he was expecting it to be like apparently Coast to Coast.
Yeah, that's
I've
what I
seen-
thought too.
I've seen snippets of Coast to Coast, but I not like I sat there and watched it. But me personally, I think what they're doing with Space Ghost, what David Pepose, who is a fantastic writer in his own right, what he's done with the character has made me a fan of it. So this goes down.
See, somehow Space Ghost escaped my radar when I was a kid too. So the only Space Ghost I was familiar with was Coast to Coast. So when it came out and everybody said it's nothing like Coast to Coast, I'm like, well, then what is it? And then I kind of looked into it. I'm like, oh, it's just like every other show from the 70s was. But Coast to Coast was great. I loved Space Ghost Coast to Coast. He was like a talk show. Yeah, and it was so stupid, but it was great. It was stupid in such a great way. And he was deliberately thick-headed. So it was even more hilarious because he would ask the absolute stupidest question and they would give an answer that made no sense and he'd be all up in there. It's just like, what?
Unknown, the comic board, you? Yeah. Again, that's all right.
Which
So
one?
I think he was saying Space Ghost boredom. This is fine. Like I said, there's stuff's not going to be for everything. That's like people talk about, the Vampirella stuff all the time. And again, outside of the Vamp, there hasn't ever really been a Vampirella series that has grabbed me. Now, I will say this: I did win that Vampirella Dracula and Holy set from Triple B that I still need to read. I told them I was going to read it. I am going to read that. So I'll let everybody know my thoughts on that once I get to them. But I don't know. There's just the show Coast to Coast boards you. Okay.
Oh.
I like I said, that's a character somehow just didn't like. I know Thundar the Barbarian. I knew Johnny Quest. I knew Thundercats and Silverhawks, obviously. Wasn't and I think I'm the opposite of most people when it comes to those two. I was a bigger Thundercats fan. I didn't really get too into Silverhawks. I had those toys as a kid too, though. so many toys as a kid that I smashed and dropped bricks on. GI Joes that I had that I would twist them until the rubber band that held them together would snap. Like I was very stupidly rough on my toys as a kid. But then you go into these comic shops and see, hey, I had that Ninja Turtle that I smashed with something or blew up with an M80. It's like $150 now. Get
Dude,
out of here.
I
Toys
had
are
this. I
expensive.
had the Stretch Armstrong Green Monster when I was a kid, and I had so much fun with that. But then I got it into my head to see what was inside, and I poked it with a pen, and I'm like, "What is this gooey?" And it ended up in the trash. And now I was watching one of those pawn things, and just the head, because the head doesn't stretch, it was like a hard plastic head. Just the head of that stupid thing sells for $4,000. I'm like, oh my God, if I could go back and grab 8-year-old me and take away that pin and steal that doll.
Yeah.
And then somebody had a Stretch Armstrong Hulk that they wanted like 14 grand for. That was it's never been stretched. And I'm like, okay.
How could you? Okay. I mean, that's a weird thing anyway, but how could you have a Stretch Armstrong and never stretch it?
Yeah, I know. It must have been in a box somewhere. But this dude that has it like went into details about how he uses a certain kind of KY gelatin on it to keep it soft and everything. I'm like, you rub sex lube on your doll? Okay, I don't want one that bad. But it was an unpulled Hulk, and he was wanting like 14 grand for it.
Yeah. Same. I never got the appeal of SpongeBob either. But again, when I was a kid, my parents we didn't get cable, or they didn't get cable until I was 18 and moved out of the house. So there's a lot of these shows people talk about that, oh, it's nostalgia. And I'm like, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it too. Goo was Comic Book Man.
And then Silverhawks I want to start. I have not started Silverhawks at all just yet. I do want to start that one just to see, because I really enjoyed the Thundercats. I haven't gotten too deep into the 18 other spin-offs for it. It's getting like X-Men over there with that one. But and then next month, more blind bags. At least 2 I know of coming from Dynamite. And that's only because I looked on League of Comics.
Elvira again?
I think so. No. At least not the month I was looking in. There was like a Thundercats and something else.
Okay.
I mean, hell, it might have been Elvira and Harley Quinn, which I'm wondering when we're doing the flip of that. I'm wondering if they're doing kind of like how they're doing Superman, Spider-Man coming out from DC, and then Spider-Man, Superman coming out from Marvel. I wonder if Dynamite has like a deal where they're doing Elvira Harley Quinn and there's going to be a Harley Elvira Quinn. Or do I have that backward? Whatever. Y'all know what I mean. When they flip the titles and the other company takes over for a little bit. It feels like it does.
I think Harley's listed first in this one. I think
Okay.
it's Harley and Elvira right now. So the next one would be Elvira and Harley.
I'm having fun with that book, but I will say this: I wish they could have gotten David Avalone. I think that's how you say it. It's either Avalone or Avalone. I wish they could have gotten him as part of the writing team to write Elvira's part. Nothing against Amanda Connor at all. At all. I love what she's doing with the character.
You like his past Elvira stuff?
I do. I love
me
what he
too.
did. Every time I read one of those Elvira things, it felt like Cassandra Peterson was on the page talking to
Yep,
me.
you could hear the voice.
Yes.
And even the smirk, the artist would get the smirk right.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is gold.
Yes. To this day,
I'm still enjoying that one.
it happens, Goo. Trust me. The things that get canceled versus the things that stay on the air forever. We're like on season 95 of the freaking Kardashians or something. Oh, don't get me started on that. But
See, I'm just enough older than you that I had never heard of Silverhawks before when it came out, so I wasn't part of that big excitement.
I didn't even realize that they were supposedly in the same universe. And that wasn't a slyly move it in there for you thing. That's
Yeah,
literally.
that's fine.
Uh, I never knew that until somebody started talking about it, and I was like, really? No clue. But I will say this, man, about comics right now. They have been so exciting for the last little bit. Not only, like I said, the all in stuff, the DCKO, the absolute stuff, but the fact that these companies are finally looking at each other and being like, you know what, we should cross over. I bet fans would love to see uh, Homelander and Superman go at it. I bet fans would love to see Vampirella and Red Sonja versus this DC or Marvel. Like, and then you have DC and Marvel teaming up to do these, these stuff. Oh, Corey, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate you, boss.
Later, Corey.
Have a good night. Stay warm if you're in the path of this storm. Same goes for everybody. Just stay warm.
Watch out for exploding trees.
Goodness. But all these crossovers, it's like these companies finally like, you know what? Not only could we make fans happy with this, but more importantly, we can make some freaking money. Because trust me, when that boss battle comes out, I'm definitely, I don't care how I have to do it. If I got to order it from someplace or get off my lazy ass and go to the store, I'm getting that Superman Homelander issue.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm getting it, and I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know how what's going to happen. All I know is this: there's no way. It doesn't matter who's writing it. I know that's my answer to people when they're like, "Who can beat who?" Depends on who's writing it. There's no plane of existence where Homelander beats Superman. There's not.
Nope.
I love the boys, but you could take Invincible, and he would solo the entirety of the boys, all of them. That's Invincible. Superman. They're going to have to do something. I don't think it's going to be a straight Superman just destroys him.
That's what I'm hoping for, but I don't think they give him rights to the character if that's what it was going to be.
It's going to be some kind of fight. I think
I wouldn't even care if it was one of those wordless comics. If it was just every panel of Superman punching that sumbitch somewhere, throwing him somewhere, I'd be so happy.
Just a silent issue of just
I would be happy.
Beating the brakes off of him. Yeah. And I don't know how this is going to come about. I just know that I'm excited for it. I know there's some people out there, and I definitely respect their opinions on it. There's some people that aren't excited. They think it's a little too gimmicky to have, like, Annabelle and Samantha from Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees. They think it's a little much, and they could be right, but it could also be something really, really fun. I think that's what a lot of folks have been missing from comics for a while, is something fun, not some, everybody. Yeah, that is true. He would hold himself back.
It'd be like Chuck Norris versus Vegeta and Goku. He used -% of his strength.
Yeah, you can't even beat Chuck when he's helping you. Some dour thing, some world-ending thing, and I know that's kind of what DCKO is, but the way they're going about it is just it still gives you hope. Like when you watch these battles, you're like, some of these folks, they're friends that are fighting, but I don't know. Maybe again, I'm a shill for comics. Doesn't matter what company it is. I know I talk a lot more DC than I do Marvel. But I'm going to be
more good shit.
I'm going to be really honest. Marvel's got some good stuff. Don't get me wrong. The Red Band Punisher, I've really been enjoying. But again, I'm a big fan of Punisher Max.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you're good. The problem with Marvel is it's their mainline stuff has not been that great. You get the spinoffs and stuff like that, and then you have certain parts of main storylines that seem to do well, but
it seems like it's been that way for a while for both the big two until just lately they've started these little side projects that actually have good stories to tell, like Spider-Man Predator.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it was actually a good story. Too bad it was just a foreign done thing or whatever. But their ongoings have just been, oh my God. That's what turned me to indies years ago, is I just got so tired of the same regurgitated plot and storylines from the big two. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I went to well, I went to indies primarily to get away from superhero stuff
Me too.
because I needed, you know, I got a little bored of it, and jail tell you. And then luckily, when I started reading horror stuff and kind of really venturing outside of
Hmm.
that, you know, like stuff like God Country as well, that helped me.
Have you
No.
watched or have you read Devil on My Shoulder yet?
No, I have not. So, and admittedly, I haven't read as much as I've liked to of late because just the last couple of weeks, especially, I've just been trying to get used to.
Well, when you
There,
mentioned horror, I mean, that's one of the best horror books that came out last year. And it came out in like December
I don't, you know, I don't
or
know if
November.
I read a ton of horror last year, which is kind of a first for me.
Uh-huh.
You know, I read a lot of Bad Bug, but that's a yearly thing. But you know, you saw my list. I tried to dabble around a little bit everywhere just because it seemed like everybody had something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Mhm.
turned me on to Spider-Man Predator. You know, and I'm like, that's the best Marvel book I've read. New Marvel book. Let me be specific. New
Mhm.
Marvel that I've read in a long time because you know, as far as I'm concerned, Civil War is right now is my number one Marvel book, along with Civil War and the. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of the trade. It's the Daredevil one Jay got me for Christmas. That's the Kevin Smith and Joe Quesada run. That
Oh yeah.
those are my top two Marvel trades so far.
Is it Guardian Devil or is it Man Without Fear?
I think it's Guardian Devil because it's the one with Mysterio
Okay.
ends up being the main villain of it. It's a good run. Uh, but that you know, but newer like new ongoing stuff with Marvel is just eh. I've read stuff here and there. You know, it just has it has a hard time keeping me interested. So that you know
Yeah.
that Spider-Man Predator was a nice run, and the art in that book was about as good as you can get as well. So
Yes, it was Guardian Devil.
mhm.
Okay. Guardian
I
Devil.
just looked it up.
Thank you.
Because you
Yeah.
had me going crazy because I had read it and I couldn't remember what the name of it was either.
Yeah. I would honestly tell you that, and Nope and I talked about this because Nope said he tried reading and it didn't grab him, but he was going to go back and try again. I would tell you to check out that Chip Zdarsky Cap run because, again, I'm not the biggest Cap fan. It's not like I don't like Cap, but Cap is, unless it's, of course, Civil War, Cap is always a kind of like Supergirl. He's a side character in the stories that I read.
Yeah.
And this
Which
Zdarsky run so far, it's only 6 issues. The issue 6 is a new arc. Has been fantastic.
Did you read the Kevin Smith Masters of the Universe and did you watch the cartoon that came out a couple years ago?
I did not watch Revelations. It's been sitting in my Netflix list forever.
It is so good. I highly recommend you watch it before the movie comes out.
Okay.
Just to get your love of He-Man back because they did it right. And even the cartoon is good. The comics were excellent. The cartoon is phenomenal.
Now I think I did read the comic
Mhm.
Revelations because
Mhm.
that's the story that they used where Skeletor was once like his uncle or something. I read some story where Skeletor was Prince Adam's uncle.
I don't remember that part.
Because I remember the first time I did my Skeletor voice was after I read that comic on Minute to Skim It.
This is the series. Well, no, I won't go there because I don't want to spoil it for anybody. I was going to tell you how it ended, but I'm not going to do that. But anyways, highly recommend it. Read it and watch it because the cartoon does the comic almost word for word anyway, because Kevin Smith helped with the cartoon also.
Let's see. His real name is Keldor. He's the older half brother of King Randor, and therefore the uncle of Prince Adam.
Yeah, there you go. I remember that now. Yep.
Yeah. And I don't remember that from the cartoons, but
No. Well, I can't.
oh, it's fine.
I'll
just
type it in the chat.
Yeah, the older cartoons. But yeah, I need to still watch that. That movie. So two of the things we're talking about, or three of the things we talked about trailer wise, are all coming out this year. And we haven't even gotten like a trailer for Brand New Day yet. I think once that one is one of my most anticipated movies for me, Brand New Day, because after what happened with No Way Home, which again a lot of people it was just nostalgia. No, that's not why I liked the movie. I liked it because it felt like the true origin of this universe's Spider-Man. So, oh, okay. So I'm excited to see where they go now that there's no Tony Stark. There's none of that tech to help him out. Nobody knows who he is. I'm excited for that one. And that's including even Avengers Doomsday. Like,
Hey, you know what's killing me, dude?
Yeah. What?
I'm having J syndrome about this.
Mm-hmm.
The loss of the Spider-Man suit from the end of No Way Home has just got me in such a bummer. Like you didn't like Superman's suit.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I saw Spidey's suit, yeah, it looks good. But that one that he had at the end of No Way Home, oh my God, that brought out 4-year-old Eddie. I was in tears. I'm like, finally, there's my Spider-Man. And what the hell? But I'm going to give the movie a chance, obviously, but I'm just so bummed about the suit. I need to get over it. So I'm having to go through what you had to go through last year with Superman.
Don't get over it, Ed. You don't have to get over it because I'm still not over not liking the Superman suit.
But I came to grow to like the Superman suit.
Oh,
so I'm hoping, but no, they had it perfect. The end of No Way Home was the perfect Spider-Man suit. Why did you dick it up?
Yeah.
And didn't even give it a movie. I'm whining. I know, but
no, I mean, trust me, that's very the roof. Yeah, the at the end of the movie when he made that like that shiny.
Yeah, the shiny, aqua colored super Spider-Man, right? It looked like Gil Kane drew the damn thing.
Yeah. Trust me,
Gil Kane is my favorite Spidey Arthur, if you didn't know that.
But much like me, even if you don't grow to love the suit, I think just like with me and Superman, you're still gonna love the movie.
Did you hear me just say that Gil Kane was my favorite Arthur? Isn't that great? He was my favorite Spider-Man artist.
Yes. Okay.
Excuse me.
But no, he wasn't an Arthur.
Well, I don't know if you heard me earlier when I tried to pronounce a word and I really mucked it up. So you're okay. You're okay.
Now I want to know what the word was.
I wish I could remember, but I know I messed it up bad. I was like, had to stop myself and think about it for a second.
Awesome. Now I'm gonna have to rewatch the first 10 minutes.
But I get for a lot of people, it's like, oh, the suit either makes or break the movie. For me, it just doesn't. Like the first X-Men movie. Yeah, it was just black leather. And then throughout the years, it's what did you expect? Yellow spandex.
Yep.
And then the cartoon, it was like, what did you expect? Black leather.
Yep.
So I love the fact. Speaking of the in-game stuff, or not in-game, sorry, Doomsday. I am so over the moon seeing James Marsden. I get Marsters and
Him,
Marsden mixed up.
that's been the best thing of every single trailer is seeing him in that suit.
Yeah. And you know, they could very well be leading up to Kingdom Come, but for me, the suit there's something about it. It's they want it to look alien. They want it to also look like his mom could have made it for him.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't work for me, and I've never been a fan of the new 52 high collar. So, you know, again, one of my favorite stories is Superman Unchained, and that's the suit. It's the new 52 high collared, no trunk suit. I don't like the suit, but I love the story. And it's much like the Superman movie. The symbol was if you were going to use something for Kingdom Come, you should have just used the Kingdom Come logo.
Yeah.
Like
Because
that.
we have already seen the best Superman suit of all time, and it was a Kingdom Come suit.
That's
Thank you,
true.
Brandon Ralph.
Yeah. The Superman Returns, I get that. I get that. I am just the worst person to ask about Superman stuff. I really am because it's like, who's your least favorite Superman? Don't have one. I know that question is so easy for other folks to answer. For me, the one that I watched the least was probably Dean Cain. Who did I think had the best chemistry with their Lois though? Dean Cain and Terry Hatcher. I that's again personal belief on my part.
I love that show.
Who was my favorite Lois though? Erica Durance. Erica Durance from Smallville was my favorite Lois. I love Terry Hatcher, don't get me wrong. And I think Rachel Brosnahan is good, but Erica Durance, there's something about her Lois that it feels like she really nailed the before she becomes a star reporter kind of
Yeah.
Nick Cage Superman having polar bear guards and fighting giant mechanical spiders. That suit was atrocious. Like if there we go. There we go. Thank you because I got to take it back now. You're absolutely right. But I can't dislike him because I never saw a movie with him. So technically he was a 10-second scene in the Flash movie. I'm pretty sure if that movie would have came out, I still would have gotten my biased brain to wrap my head and say it was cool. But then I think about why would Superman need polar bear guards at the fortress? Why in the world with the giant mechanical spider? Why with that suit? Why was his Clark Kent like? I love the long-haired Clark in the comics, like the mullet and just the long hair.
Because Tim Burton's insane.
Must have been like y'all do yourselves a favor. Oh, I love George gets his own. George and Christopher.
Oh, thank you, Unknown. You just want a spot in my heart for bringing up George.
George Reeves and Christopher Reeve, they get their own spot. Like they're on their own level. The two of them are just perfection. Kirk Allen doesn't get a lot of love, but I liked him too. But watch The Death of Superman Lives, folks, if you get a chance. It's probably free on YouTube.
The Death of Superman Lives?
Yes, because the movie was going to be called Superman Lives. The Tim Burton movie.
Oh, so it's like a documentary on the making of the movie?
The late, great John Schnepp.
I'll watch that.
Was behind it.
I'll watch that.
And my goodness. And look up just some of the photos they have. One of them, they have long-haired Nick Cage with the glasses on. He's wearing a blazer with a Mickey Mouse shirt underneath. Both of them look like they're 5 times too big for him. They have one suit that looks organic that has all these tubes and stuff. Like it's wild.
Nicolas Cage either elevates a movie to a new level of badassery, or he sinks it like the Titanic, in my opinion, because his oh God, please don't let Ghost Rider. His Ghost Rider movies sucked ass. I couldn't stand him as Ghost Rider. I hated the villain. The whole thing was just stupid. But then he comes out and he's in Kick-Ass.
Mhm.
And I loved the first 5 seconds of the movie. He's pulling out a gun and shooting his daughter.
Yeah.
And I just fell in love with the character.
Yeah.
And it's like he's a love-or-hate in like every movie he's in for me. From what I saw of that Superman movie, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have liked it. But I can't say for sure without seeing it.
I know, and it's wild because I think I'm a big Superman fan. Nick Cage has a son named Kal-El Cage. Nick Cage got his last name from Luke Cage Power Man. This dude's a comic book fan, and more importantly, he's a Superman fan. He had one of the copies of Action Comics #1. It was stolen from him when he had a party. Took him years to get it back, and then I think he sold it for millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Like this dude, homie has a son named Kal-El Cage. First of all, that name is so badass. But
whoever his wife is deserves a medal for letting him do that.
Yeah, like that's so. Oh my goodness, that's so great. That is so great.
Did you like anything about him as Ghost Rider, though?
I did.
Did you? Okay.
But again, that's going into not knowing a whole hell of a lot about Ghost Rider.
Well, see, and I'm the guy. I have every issue of the Cowboy Ghost Rider.
Yeah,
I've been collecting that since I was a kid. And when they switched over to motorcycle, at first I didn't like it, but of course, as a kid, eventually, how do you not like a flaming motorcycle? I fell in love with it, but I could not.
I will have to say, I was very upset when Hulu and them decided that they're not working together anymore with Marvel, and they canceled the Robbie Reyes Ghost Rider because he was
that guy that
guy
played Reyes on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Exactly.
I didn't know that got canceled.
Yeah, they were fun. Well, they were so. Dude, I watched one called Hellstrom with Jenna. It was only one season. Again, know nothing about the Hellstrom characters from Marvel. Dug the season, but it was already canceled before the first episode even aired. They were supposed to be a Howard the Duck cartoon. There was supposed to be. They put out MODOK. They put out Hip Monkey. But after that, they canceled everything else.
So are they gonna bring Johnny Blaze into the MCU then, or are they not gonna have Ghost Rider?
Who knows? Who knows? Man, I'm still waiting for Nova. I know Nova's eventually coming. I'm still waiting for Beta Ray Bill, the better Thor. We got to see his face in Thor Ragnarok on the side of a building. That was it. Give me Beta Ray Bill, you freaking cowards. I want Beta Ray Bill.
I want a good Ghost Rider. The one thing I will say about the first one was I did like the casting for Mephistopheles, but he wasn't in it. It was his son, and the casting for his son was terrible.
What is that guy's name? Like
I can't never remember.
Sean knows him from.
I know him from the frickin' movie where the Satan worshippers chased him in a mobile home.
Wes Bentley. That's his name.
Oh
Wes
yeah, Yellowstone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I got you. Like
Wes Bentley is so underappreciated.
What is it? Eva Mendes? Exactly, Goo. Exactly.
Yeah.
Was it Peter Fonda? That was Mustafa.
Yes, Peter Fonda. That's what I'm thinking of. Wes Bentley's the guy I didn't like.
Yeah, Wes Bentley was the
picture.
You hit it on the head for me. You're going to make Stormbreaker. That makes that continuity with that. Well, it irks me sometimes. It irks me sometimes.
But sometimes you also have to remember, though, that making a theatrical version of Thor that looks like that, how would you even?
dude, some of the stuff that they've done in the other movies that look good.
Yep.
I'd like to see an animated Beta Ray or something, but Marvel does terrible animated.
That's why I'd rather get him in live action. What they
I
did
just
with
don't
Groot,
even know what you would do with that.
oh, they'd find something. Come on, they'd find
Especially
something.
with them already having Ragnarok happening. How would you get to him? Oh, if you say multiverse, I'm gonna puke. But that would be their answer.
He's an alien.
Yeah, I know.
Like they're all aliens.
I was just
so
gonna
true.
say, so's Thor.
Which I'm about to say something that's probably might have some people after me. Okay,
Let's do it. Come on.
so Dan has said that there was that thing about what was it, Amazons and the Greek gods actually being Kryptonian, and how
Yeah,
everybody thought that was stupid. And I can agree with that.
yeah.
But on the flip side, in Marvel, their gods are aliens. Odin is an alien. Thor is an alien.
But they don't really refer to them as gods. They say, because if you even remember, Captain America in the very first Avenger says, "There's only one God, ma'am, and I'm pretty sure you don't dress like that." So they played the God part down to where they are aliens to make it more playable.
Right, but anybody who knows the names of those people, those gods, they know. So in that universe, the gods are aliens.
Yeah.
Just as dumb to me. That's just as dumb as making the Amazons Kryptonian, to me.
Really?
It's a DC versus Marvel thing that I never understand. How Marvel can do kind of the same thing that DC does movie wise, but DC gets the crap for it.
Because Marvel makes it work and DC throws it together. You could say the same thing about animated, because DC hits it out of the park with animated movies.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Marvel has no idea what the hell they're doing when they try to make an animated movie.
No.
No. I'm sorry, but as much as people can hate on me if they want, I thought the second season of What If was terrible. I'm like, what did you do? You had something good with the first season. This is crap. But in usual, Marvel is not well known for animated movies. Their series are good, like Ultimate Spider-Man I liked, and Avengers Where's Spidey's Heroes? No, it was more.
Yeah, they do good TV shows, but movies they suck.
Right, they suck. They're terrible. And now DC is finally getting the formula right for the movies. And Marvel's kind of becoming DC, where it seems like they're just throwing shit out there to throw it out there instead of taking their time to make it good.
Sean, do you remember what I said back in like 2018, 2019?
Oh, yeah.
I said, it's going to be so strange to me when it comes a day when all this flip-flops and DC is going to be the one that everyone's saying is great, and Marvel's the one that's doing.
Well, it's happened because DC struck with Superman at the perfect time, because Marvel's on a downfall in movies. And Superman really did bring hope back for superhero movies. That Superman movie, to me, that was like watching a comic book come to life on the movie. It was fun. There wasn't anything. There wasn't no anger. I hate that. It was fun. And even the end stuff with him and Terrific and the building being off, I mean, that was just golden. That was their scene with the shawarma was with Terrific and Superman looking at that building. What? What's a little what? Crooked? You want me to fix it? Sometimes you can be mean, Clark.
Yeah. Like, and again, DC has to keep them on. That's
Yep.
That's true.
Has there been any more said about who's bought it officially, or is that still being fought over? I haven't heard shit in a month now.
Me neither. Like, the closest thing I've heard is it's still Netflix.
But I had heard Paramount had filed some kind of an injunction because they were the ones that made the offer first. And it wasn't even for sale, so they have to something or other. I don't know.
Again, it's one of those things that until I start seeing stuff on a certain platform show up or there's some kind of branding, I don't know, because now Netflix is getting crap for saying that they were doing like a 15-day movie window, theatrical window.
And then going right to streaming. Yeah.
Well, they've backpedaled on that. It's going to be back. It's 45 days. So they backpedaled on that and said 45 days instead of 15 or whatever.
So that's basically what they did with Superman.
Right. Like I said, I want both of them to be good again. And here's the thing that I ask people, because I hear about how Superman did so well, and it did. Not saying it didn't whatsoever. But they're acting like it completely demolished Fantastic Four.
Well, in my opinion, it did.
Well, a lot of folks go by box office stuff, and trust me, I don't. But they talked about how Fantastic Four kind of flopped. There's only less than $100 million difference between those two movies.
I could do like a whole show with you on things I did not like about Fantastic Four. I can't do that with Superman. And remember, I was never a big Superman fan in the first place. You already know that.
True.
Although I did fall in love with Superman and Lois. I love that show. I'm bummed that it's gone.
Yeah.
But since George, I had never really gotten into the Superman movies.
Yeah. I mean,
I never understood that why does it always have to have a supervillain? Nuclear Man was absolutely ridiculously stupid. What the hell are you doing? George was awesome because it was a superhero and he wasn't, he did fight, he saved aliens because the government wanted to hunt him down. But don't get me started. I could talk all night on that show too.
Yeah.
But and that's why I like Matt Reeves' Batman so much, is it's grounded. You don't have superpower, no, keep it grounded. Keep it grounded. That's what I like.
Yeah, I've been saying it. I'll go back to Superman a second because I actually have issues with the movies, but they're not like huge. They're nitpicky ones. I've talked about my issues with the Superman movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's perfect, but again, the only perfect, in my viewpoint, Superman movie was Superman 78.
Oh, okay.
And I still think Superman 2 was better.
I am on Team Sean with that one 100%. Superman 2 is still the best theatrical Superman movie, in my opinion.
Well, it's like Spider-Man 2. I mean, Spider-Man 1 was great, but Spider-Man 2 is kind of...
Dude, they hit a home run through nothing but net goal hole in one with that one.
Past the blue line.
Exactly.
Hey, what's up, Lorena? Good to see you.
Hey, Lorena.
Lurkin's okay. Lurkin Lorena. What was I saying? So we were talking about Superman. Oh my God. Once again, I lost my fucking train of thought.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
No, it's okay. That's not you.
Things you didn't like about Superman.
Yeah.
You said you had stuff about the movie you didn't like.
Yeah, it's stuff about the movie I didn't like, but there was something else I wanted to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. Like, again, it's...
You want me to rewind 3 minutes?
Oh, no. Here we go. It was. I was going with the box office stuff.
Oh, okay.
And the way that people are... I get people didn't like Zack Snyder. I've said that before. It's fine. You didn't like him. I like those movies, whatever. But the fact that some folks are acting just like they say the Zack Snyder fans were acting about this movie,
yeah,
is just, it's weird, because they talk about how it demolished Fantastic Four. Well, again, I've said that maybe $100 million box office between the two movies. if we're going by box office,
Yes, Goo, yes.
then the movie about dinosaurs that pretty much nobody except for kids liked crushed everything.
Movie about dinosaurs.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, well,
Crushed.
he said kids. I'm thinking of those stupid stuffed
Yeah,
dinosaurs
kids-
from the 90s.
Because
I'm
kids
like,
are the
they
only
had
ones
a
that really
movie.
gave a shit about Jurassic Park. Every adult said it sucked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I lost interest in Jurassic Park after the second one when they tried to totally rip off King Kong.
Yes.
I lost-
I want Bizarro too. I want them to semi-retcon Ultraman because that was not Ultraman. If we're going to go with something I didn't really care for in the movie,
I don't
Ultraman
want
is
anything named Ultraman unless he fights kaijus and has to click a beta capsule to turn into Ultraman.
because it's a perfect way to introduce the crime syndicate with Ultraman, Owlman, Johnny Quick, Power Woman, Power Ring, all
Do you
those
think
things.
we're done with that Ultraman dude, or do you think he's going to come back as Bizarro? I'd really like your thoughts on that. I don't know if we've talked about it or not.
They might, but then again, it's one of those things where my comic brain has to just let it go because that's not.
Well, they could also do a Bizarro with the Elseworld stuff if DC starts diving into the multiverse crap too. Because really, that's what Bizarro is he comes from the Bizarro universe.
I got it. We were talking about Batman.
We
Thank
were?
you. That same thing. Yes, you're talking about it being grounded.
Oh, yes.
What's up, kiddo? Yeah, I'd rather have a fresh Bizarro story as well. Batman, I've been saying it forever. They flaunt. We talk about how Batman has the best rogues gallery ever. We use the same 4 villains,
Every
maybe,
damn
maybe 5 or 6 in
everywhere.
every movie.
Every movie. Yep.
In every movie.
Yep.
You got look. I said this before. How I would love one of these movies to go is to have 2 villains, and the way that it would play out is one of them's the bigger one. Say he's going after Professor Pig, right? Professor Pig is somebody that outside of Gotham I've always wanted to see on screen. Love you too. But you find out through all these killings, Batman's finding these weird markings on people. It ends up being Zaz. Let's bring a real Zaz. Like, again, Gotham, for as much crap as people gave that show, the guy who played Rex, oh my goodness, what is the freaking Sean dropped out. The
I was
Element
just
Man.
talking to my wife. I'm still here.
No, you're good. The Element Man.
Elephant Man.
The Element Man.
There we go.
Metamorpho?
Metamorpho. There you go. He's known as Metamorpho, the Element. The Elemental.
Right, yeah. I get you. I just
His
wanted to make sure that was
actor-
the right one.
Yeah, his actor was Zaz in Gotham, and he was fantastic as Zaz.
See, I have no idea what this Zaz is you're talking about. You're over my head now.
Okay, so
Victor Zsasz?
Victor Zaz. Okay, not to be confused with the question whose full name is like Charles Victor Zaz. It's a different spelling. Victor Zaz is a rich boy turned serial killer who, when he kills his victims, he carves like a tick mark in his what do they call them? When you do 1, 2, 3, and then a line through.
Oh, score?
Yeah, the scores. He does that over his body.
All over his own body?
Yes. And he cuts people too. But he does that whenever because he believes that everyone's a zombie. Right?
Huh.
And that's absolutely true. I'm not talking about using like Condiment Man. Though
Condiment Man and Crazy Quilt could team up.
Condiment Man is a little more badass than people give him credit for because he drowned Red Hood in his hood with ketchup. Just throwing that out there. But it's I get that, but at the same time, it's how many times do we need to see Joker?
Exactly.
For the same reason that I was kind of like, do we really need a movie with Lex?
Yeah.
Like, and Nicholas Holt did a fine job. I'm not down on him at all, but I was like, I've been waiting to see Brainiac, and
Right.
I'm glad that we're getting him in Man of Tomorrow. Okay, I am, but Batman and Joker, I know they go together. I know, but we know that story. Just like how we've stopped doing origins for movies, right?
Right.
People know the story. Can you have Joker in there? Yes. Can you have Lex in the movie? Yes.
You know what I would like to see
Hmm.
in the Matt Reeves world?
What's that?
I'd like to see him adjust Joe Chill. Have him find out through his detective work that Joe Chill is the one that killed his parents, not Falcone or
Or
whatever,
matches Malone or
or match or Polly Purebred or whatever the hell they've come up with in the past, and
yeah,
actually have it be him.
yeah.
I think that would be a great story. No one's done it because Burton started off making the Joker the killer of his parents, and they just kind of ran with that. I would love to see him use his, because that's what I liked so much about the first one was Batman actual doing detective work.
Being a detective.
Well, as good of a detective as he is, it's never been curious as to how his parents died. Or he was there. I mean, he knows how they died, but why and what the backstory was, and he hasn't hunted the guy down. And I don't know. I would love to just see something simple like that, and that takes no superpowers. That's just a dude trying to find the people that killed his parents.
I love that line. And there's a song by a band, and I can't remember the name of the group.
I got to tap out for a second, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, go ahead. And they have a song called "Pale Moonlight," and it has that line in there. And I can't remember the freaking band's name, but I love that line. That's one of my favorite lines from that movie. But again, we can have Joker, we can have the main guys, but I like for them to eventually start incorporating, again, boast all the time that Batman has one of the biggest and baddest rogues galleries out there, but we hardly ever see anybody outside of the main 5 or 6. Like, and it doesn't matter what I say, folks, that Hollywood's going to do what they're going to do. If they decide, hey, you know what, we're going to put Mr. Freeze in this one, they're going to. That's just, it's whatever they decide to do. So
Excuse me.
any thoughts, Sean?
No, I'm just sitting over here because I feel bad for y'all because I got my perfect Daredevil. So Eddie's just like, I just want a goddamn Ghost Rider, like, and I've got my Daredevil over here.
True. Well, I mean, technically, I have my Superman, so I don't I have to worry about it. Well, and that's another thing too. I think people in suits, even though they're the money, I don't think they should be making the artistic decisions. I think that's why we have so many problems with some of these movies. There are some good movies in the worst superhero movies you've seen that 9 times out of 10, an executive is like, well, what if we do this? It's like, yeah, but there was, I think one of the Superman movies, they didn't want him to fly. They didn't want him to fly. They didn't want him to cape, and it might be Superman Lives. I can't remember. But again, it's a weird thing, You have people that are fans of these properties, and sometimes it feels like they can't make a movie good enough for people to, be like, oh, that's because you're always going to have people who like different interpretations of the character. Like, as much as, hey, that extended cut where Coolio was in it, I like that one.
I have no problems with the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie.
I like that one. It's
Is it Charlie Cox good? No, not even close. But it's not as bad as people make it out to be.
have you watched have you been able to watch the newer Disney Plus Daredevil stuff?
Wait, the series
Yeah.
Daredevil Reborn? Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
And like you can kind of tell it's a little disjointed for one episode because they kind of scrapped a lot of stuff and then they were going to do they were going to do the whole thing at one time and then they decided to split in half. And then there's that one episode where it kind of felt off where they're in the bank.
Yeah.
And I won't go into too much detail with that in case folks haven't watched it. That felt like it was just there to introduce a character, to be like, hey, look, it is connected. It kind of felt like that a little bit.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. Hoss, we know one or two people that didn't like it.
Oh yeah.
And they didn't like it because the way that it ends, because it's kind of abruptly.
I'm back. What are we talking about?
Hold on, just a second. Let me and see, that's 100% correct, you. I think there are too, but I think a lot of times people are too scared to try anything new. I've talked about Boy Kills World before, and like hardly, like at least in my circle of people, hardly anybody heard of that movie, and the movie's fantastic.
I still haven't watched it, but I really want to.
And it's one of those things where it felt like it was a newer kind of concept. It was unlike anything I've remember seeing, but it feels like a lot of times that people just want to watch the same thing they've seen before because it's safe and they know they'll like it. And for me, it's like you got to get out of that comfort zone because you'll never know. If you did the same thing with comics, Sean would have been bored and out of comics already. Ed would have been bored and out of comics already.
Well, see, and that's what kind of chased me away from superhero comics for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Because it seemed like they just kept recycling stories.
And they still kind of are in a lot of ways too.
Yeah, they are.
Frustrating part. But then again, it's weird though, and maybe you guys can tell me. But doesn't it feel like horror comics in a lot of ways are the same way? Yet we don't get bored of them, or at least I haven't yet.
The ones that I say that I like are the ones that are unique and different. So for me, no. But yeah, there's a ton of them out there that are just rehashing hash, and I don't like those.
Yeah.
But the ones that like that Jay and I have talked about most in the last couple of years, like Harrower and Where Monsters Lie, Cul-de-sac, and now Devil on My Shoulder, they're on a level plane of their own.
Yeah.
And if you love horror, that's where I'm going to point you, is to read those three and get your faith back in horror.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're saying. There is a lot. The stupid world of the Conjuring House has just gotten ridiculously overplayed, stupid, to the point where I almost hope they do make the Annabelle comic something funny and mocking it. But yeah, I get what you're saying, Sean.
Yeah, and that's a good point. Is that Carlos?
Yep, Carlos.
Okay. While not fresh can feel fresh each time. I got to agree with that as well. But again, going back to Goo Goo, I 100% like agree with you on that, and I've said that before. I've said, everybody says they want something new until something new comes out, and then it doesn't do well, and then people look at the monetary part of that and be like, well, that movie didn't make any money, so obviously it's not good, so we scrap it. And that's a weird, like, we need more people to just take a chance on something. Look at something that you were just like, this is not normally something I would watch.
Yeah.
Because you never know when you're going to find something. And it's just like comics too. You step outside what you normally read in comics, you never know when you're going to find something that just blows your mind.
See, I don't think a lot of people maybe remember, but it's like technically the MCU was a new thing. You know, when they started that in 2008, the idea of a huge connected that was new.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, and I think that's what captured a lot of stuff for many
And
years.
and that's what killed DC because they got into it a little late and tried to catch up with Marvel too fast and rushed everything. And they ended up imploding. And now they're starting over.
Well, they also partly imploded because no one person ran like they didn't set it up like Marvel too,
Right.
and they would be like, oh, we're going to do this, and then a year later, half the titles that they announced that they were going to do, they canceled.
They got to Batman versus Superman way too fast.
Yep.
That should not have happened so fast.
And as much as, again, playing devil's advocate here for Snyder, as much as people want to blame Snyder for that, the studio wanted Batman in that movie.
Yeah.
You know, I couldn't tell you jack crap about Snyder. I could care less. I am not one of these guys that Gunn versus Snyder. Until this whole Superman and DCU thing happened, I never heard anybody ever give a crap who was directing, producing any of these movies before.
They do, though.
And now it's like, well, you got to be team this director or team that director. I'm like, well, if you want to be honest about it, I'm team Happy Hogan because his movies are my favorite. Everyone that he did is one of my favorite movies.
Jon Favreau is
He's amazing.
A great director.
All the way back to Rudy.
Yeah.
He was amazing.
Rudy.
And yeah, Carlos is true on that too. There's a lot of sleeper hits out there that
who's Carlos? I don't know.
That's somebody that works with Sean. Sean, is that somebody you work with?
No, Carlos and I are friends from bowling.
What's his code name?
The real
MFBTO.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We met through bowling. He was a mechanic at one of the bowling alleys I was at for a while. And then we did a doubles league one summer. And during that summer, he asked if I wanted to come bowl travel league with him. And I ended up bowling with them for probably, I want to say like 6 years. That was, I mean, I'd never had more fun bowling than the 6 years with that team.
Cool.
So
nice to quote unquote meet you, Carlos. Welcome aboard.
And he is a super nerd. And the Where Are Your Ears? We quote Ninja Turtles like it's one out of style. I mean, all the time. So.
And see, I know that's a quote, but I was about to say, actually, I'm 5'3" and close to 200, if not a little over 200. But you're close.
What is that quote from? Because it's driving me crazy.
That's Rudy.
Yeah.
Oh
Rudy.
yes, Rudy. Yes. Okay.
Oh, I thought that was the other way around, Carlos. Ha.
Okay.
DC was doing the. I want to say the animated stuff came before the MCU, but I'm not.
Well, the big connected thing I thought started in around 2010 or 2011 with Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah, some of the stuff connected before then. There was stuff that connected before Flashpoint.
Yeah, but I think on the level of where it was like that long, like decade-long storyline that interconnected through each movie, I think that started with Flashpoint, which really that was 2013.
Well, the DC animated universe started technically when Mask of the Phantasm came out, but for that. But Iron Man came out in 2008.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it was a couple years after the MCU. But I mean, if we want to talk about how it was connected, it wasn't really connected until the next movie.
Here's an interesting topic.
Yeah.
What movie would you credit for bringing Marvel movies to where they are or where they were? Do you credit the X-Men Fox films? Do you credit the Toby Spider-Man Sony films? Do you credit Blade? What do you credit?
The second Captain America movie with Ned Beatty. I'm just kidding.
I was about to drive through the ice storm just to slap you.
Howard the Duck. Technically, like if we want to be all serious, I love Howard the Duck, but no. If we
Oh,
want
me
to be
too. I
serious,
love Howard the Duck.
I think it was Blade.
I agree. That's where my heart is. I agree.
I think it was
A
Blade.
lot of people forget that he's even a comic.
See, that's the thing. Like, I want to say Blade, but I feel like Spider-Man is probably the one, even over the X-Men films.
I think the first one I ever saw on the big screen was X-Men. I think. So for me, that one kind of got the ball rolling, but I had rented Blade and owned Blade and loved Blade, and I don't give a shit what Robbie says. There are 3 fucking Blade movies, and I like the third one. I said it.
I'm not.
But anyways,
I
Third
never
one's fun.
I never saw any of the Blades, any of the Tobey Maguire movies, or any of the X-Men films in theaters. I watched them all at home.
oh wow. See, now I never saw any of the Blade movies in theaters, but I saw all the X-Men and all the Maguire and all the Garfields in the theater. And then it became like a yearly thing once the MCU got going, is for Free Comic Book Day. I would take my wife and daughter to the movie to watch the Marvel movie that came out that day, and then we'd go to Free Comic Book Day and get comics and drinks.
Yep.
And now they don't do that anymore, and I think they should go back to doing that.
Yes, and it does kind of have Deadpool, except he's Hannibal King in that one, which means that Ryan Reynolds has now played three different comic book characters. I think he's actually done more.
He's been Hannibal King, Deadpool, Hal Jordan.
Wasn't he Deadpool in the one Wolverine movie?
Well, he was.
He just had his mouth sewn shut.
Oh,
They
yeah.
called him the Deathpool, though, right? Didn't they?
No, he was
Weapon X.
Weapon X.
But technically, wouldn't that have been Deadpool?
yeah.
I don't know. Sorry, I don't mean
Kind
to
of.
tangent. I
Barack.
don't mean to
Okay.
tangent away.
All right, I got the list of most of what he's been.
Okay.
You can, the very last one on here you can maybe debate on. So he's been Hannibal King, Wade Wilson, Weapon X, Deadpool, Hal Jordan, Nick Walker in R.I.P.D.,
That's right.
Wade Wilson, of course, in Deadpool, and Kane Marco Juggernaut because he voiced him.
Yeah. I'm gonna rip you in half now.
What a very Juggernaut thing to say.
Kill
What does
the-
he have that I don't?
Okay,
Don't
you're,
you say legs?
Who was Juggernaut?
so
Ryan Reynolds.
so Juggernaut was voiced by Ryan
Oh,
Reynolds,
voiced for
but
like
it was
a cartoon.
it was the director David something, David Leitch, David Licht. I can't remember the guy's name, but the director of Deadpool 2 was like the facial part.
Oh, so you are talking about the movie with the guy with the helmet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
His voice was Ryan Reynolds, but
Dude, Ryan Reynolds does like his voice work. If you've ever seen the movie,
I didn't realize that wasn't that dude's voice.
yeah, if you've ever seen the movie The Voices with Ryan Reynolds, which is very underrated and not a lot of people have seen it, he does a lot of voices in that one. He's like kind of a crazy person.
Like a
go figure.
schizophrenic type thing.
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
Yeah, it's called The Voices. It's a nutso movie, but he like voices his dog and his cat. It's
And he was Green Reynolds. Oh my God. He was Green Lantern too, right?
Yeah, he was Hal Jordan.
No, Chris Evans has
He
played.
should have worn the white pants.
Chris Evans has played 7 people too. That's crazy.
And that's another one that blew me away, to be honest with you, because when I first heard he was going to be Cap, I was like, but he's Johnny Storm.
I loved him as Johnny too.
Yeah, he was so good. weird.
But I do like how they played the character Johnny better in the new one, where Johnny was smart and intelligent and calculating and not just a womanizing, show my naked ass somewhere.
Yeah.
I agree. Because, and that was the one part, if you were to go back now and nitpick those movies, like, you made him look like a buffoon. It's like the guy doesn't pilot a space shuttle by
Right.
being an idiot and
Right.
stuff like that. So it's like, you are smart.
Not another teen movie. Joseph Quinn was
I thought he was him and Sue made the movie.
Didn't Chris Evans play a bad guy
Scott Pilgrim?
to the guy that was in the Notebook, but was the hero? I can't think of his name. Who was the guy?
Ryan Gosling?
Yes. Didn't I thought I saw a movie where Chris Evans was the bad guy and Gosling was like this James Bond type dude trying to hunt him down. And it was actually a good movie. I gotta look it up.
Like the only movie I can think about like that is Driver.
Driver?
Or maybe The Gray Man.
That doesn't ring a bell. I am almost positive Chris Evans was the bad guy, and it was so weird seeing him as the bad guy.
Yeah, that's right. That Avengers Assemble.
Was he the bad guy in Red One? No, he was
the hero in Red One. There's a movie called Knives Out where he was the great Jay. You also called him the Gray Man.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. There's one called Sid. Or in London, it's he played Sid in a movie called London. Ransom Drysdale. He played in Knives Out. At least, sorry, I'm googling as everybody's asking questions.
Fall Guy.
Yeah, I'm looking too.
I thought the bad guy in that one was Aaron Taylor Johnson. Do you know not many people know that the Fall Guy movie, they didn't know that Lee Majors had a TV show?
Oh, you've got to be
Fall
kidding.
Guy?
I'm not surprised because that wasn't that great a show.
Oh, I love that show.
I love the Fall Guy.
Yeah, didn't like that show. Didn't like the $1 Million Man one.
I can give you 2 really good reasons to like that show without even thinking about it.
Because my dad also had a truck very similar to the truck the stuntman had that Lee Majors had.
And that was maybe the cool part of the show was the truck. That's just like Simon and Simon. The one Simon brother had that badass Dodge truck.
Bro, I love Simon and Simon. That's the hardest hitting freaking theme song to an 80s show ever.
Right.
I love
80s theme show. Yeah, I mean, Magnum PI had a great intro.
Yeah, I love that song. Chris Evans was in Snowpiercer, which I didn't know Snowpiercer was a comic, but apparently it is. Yeah, Fall Guy, I think the bad guy in that one was Aaron Taylor Johnson in the movie. And Ryan Gosling was in it. Bro, I don't know too many movies where Chris Evans is the bad guy.
I think it was called The Gray Man.
I might have to go back and watch The Fall Guy because it's been a while.
I think it was called The Gray Man.
And see,
or else I'm way out in left field. Because I could swear that was the one where Ryan Gosling was hunting down a bad guy and it came out to find out it was Chris Evans. And you're like, what the hell?
Well, Chris Evans is in that movie, so that's probably I've never seen it.
And yeah, so is Ryan Gosling. Yeah, they're both in that movie.
Okay, then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was like a Netflix only thing back when I had Netflix. It wasn't like a theater thing.
Oh, okay.
But it was an amazing movie.
Yeah. I knew the movie name, but I'd never seen it. So, like when I think Chris Evans bad guy, I think one of the evil exes in Scott Pilgrim. That's hilarious.
Speaking of old TV shows, does anybody remember Stingray?
Oh,
the guy
yeah.
that had the vet?
Oh, yeah.
No,
No.
not me at least. Well, I've foregone the wheel this this week.
Foregone the wheel.
Foregone the wheel of names, at least. So I just have my books. So I think what I want to do real fast before I pick the next book that I'm going to be reading is, why don't we talk about the book from weeks ago that was on
Yay.
Icon and Rocket, Season 1. This is a DC milestone book from 2021. So,
Were we supposed to read this for homework?
no,
Oh,
the
okay.
list books are always optional. You don't have to read them. These are just for me.
Oh, this was your list book for the week.
Yes.
Okay.
They're always optional. If there's any time you guys want to read any of the list book and talk about it with me, feel free to, but nobody ever has to. So, Icon and Rocket. I have been wanting to read more Dakotaverse milestone stuff because I like some of the characters. Icon being a big one. So this was written by Reginald Hudlin, penciled by Doug Braithwaite, inked by Scott Hanna and Andrew Curie, and colored by Brad Anderson. And I'll read you what they put for the synopsis, then I'll read you my notes. Long ago, the stranded alien known as Arnis gave up hope of returning to his home planet. Tragically, he'd also realized that his adopted home of Earth was beyond saving. Content to waste away his long life in a human guise, Arnis was past caring, until the day a young woman named Raquel Irvin crashed into his life. She soon convinced him to put his incredible power to work again as a heroic icon, and to transform her into his sidekick, Rocket. But an innocent question on Rocket's part, why can't we do something about the drugs on my corner, quickly set a chain of events in motion, leading to the pair becoming the most hunted beings on Earth. And they're not just being pursued, by Earthlings either. So that's the synopsis that they give you. Here's my notes. It's pretty close. So we begin this journey on a spaceship, being sabotaged by a shapeshifter, while a race of aliens are in hibernation. All but one, that is. And this one decides he's going to try to stop the saboteur, but he's too late and it fails. He can only save himself, so he takes an escape pod and travels to Earth, landing in 1843 Georgia, where he's discovered by husband and wife slaves. The alien himself shifts into a baby. And this part to me feels very like Abin Sur-ish, Supermanish to me, which is funny because there's a character in this called the Manhunter from Mars, who apparently his job is to track down and kill aliens. And in this universe, he happens to go to Kansas in the 1930s to take care of the last Kryptonian. Just throwing that out there. So in this universe, there's no Big Blue Boy Scout because of this other alien. So the couple end up adopting the baby, and the book eventually goes from the 1843 to Dakota City 1 month ago. And we see Raquel Irvin and her friends about to break into this house, a house that belongs to that very same alien, now going by the name of Augustus Freeman. So when I say that, what I mean is he was named Augustus Freeman. But while they're looking through the house, they notice that even though the pictures are in different eras, it feels like the same guys in every one. Well, what Icon does is he basically pretends to be his own father, grandfather. So I think this version of him is actually like Augustus Freeman the Fourth or something like that. But they break in, and they run into Icon, and that's where I'm going to leave this one. This was such a fire book to me that I was only going to read the first issue for the show, and I read all 6. I thought this was a fantastic story. The power set is kind of similar to Superman with some added bonuses. We get a kind of cameo from another well-known Dakotaverse character. The alien that hunts him, the Manhunter from Mars, is a very cool concept. Reminds me kind of Men in Black, though, because of the kind of alien he looks like. And what's really fun about this is a long time ago, a long time, probably last year, I did a fan cast for if they did a live action of this, and I had Winston Duke for Icon, and then I had Kiersey Clemens for Rocket. Again, this is a character that, for whatever reason, I've heard of him before. I know the Dakotaverse stuff. I have not read a ton of it outside of like Static Shock. I've read a little bit of that. The Dakotaverse stuff was mainly done by Dwayne McDuffie, and sadly, Dwayne McDuffie has passed. He's been gone. A weird little side story to that is, if you know who Key and Peele are, Keegan Michael Key, found out, I think years after Dwayne McDuffie's death, that because Keegan Michael Key is adopted, that he and Dwayne McDuffie were either half brothers or brothers. So kind of sad, kind of a weird bit of trivia that I know, but I found that kind of interesting. But yeah, y'all, this is again, this is from like 2021, so it's newish, but I thought this was fantastic. I'm going to see if I can find more of not only this, but some of the other Milestone Dakotaverse characters. So, if give it a shot. You're looking for something different from DC. This is definitely different. But I really enjoyed it. Rocket's powers are basically that she's given a belt. It's kind of like some kind of tech from Icon. That if you remember the villain Sebastian Shaw from X-Men First Class, how when he gets hit, or even the Black Panther suit from the Black Panther movie, how it basically takes like kinetic energy and then they can put it back out there. That's kind of what she does, except she can also fly. So I thought the belts and everything, I thought that part of the character was cool. So this is a super fun book. I was not expecting to read the whole thing. What I plan to do with my read a comic a day thing is list books don't count until after I've done them on the show. So like Firepower can end up on my list of books that I'm reading throughout the year. But I don't want to do, well, I read the whole thing, but this doesn't go on my list of books I've read throughout the year. So as long as it's after we've shown them on the show, then I can add them to my list. So I'm doing this outside reading on top of the list books that we're doing. So I'm reading a lot of stuff, and this is a great way to help get through list of comics that I'm trying to get through, ones that I've been waiting too long to try to get through. So again, got that. Yes. So I've also noticed that my end thing is not showing. Oh no, it's because no. I see what it is now. Never mind. Forget I said anything. But anyway, yeah, check out the Dakotaverse stuff. Check out this Icon and Rocket season 1. Fantastic book. So let's go ahead, and like I said, I didn't do a wheel of names this time. Usually what I do is I do everybody's who's here, I put their name on a wheel. If they get picked, they pick a number. That's how many times I shuffle my other wheel, and then I pick the next book I'm going to read. This time, I think I'm just gonna put the books on here, and we're gonna spin and see what book I'm talking about next week. So give me just a second to share my screen here, get all this stuff set up. There we go. I'm going to take the chat off the screen for just a second. All right. So I tell you what, since it's been so long since Sean's been on here, Sean, pick a number and I'm going to shuffle it that many times.
4.
All righty. So here we go. Let's see what I'm reading next week. And as always, anybody out there, whether you're on the panel right now or out there in the chat, if you want to read something with me and talk about it, let me know.
Dude, I have that entire run, I think.
All right.
I think I bought that entire. Now, granted, I'm not going to go digging through my stuff to find it, but I want to say it's a 4-issue miniseries. No, it's not. It is like 26 issues.
So I'm going to read it. So basically, I'm going to read as much as I can, whether it's 1 issue, 3 issues, 4 issues, or whatever, and talk about it next week.
Yeah.
So Farmhand.
Yeah, I think I got like 1 through 4 of that one time off of one of the EXP shows.
Awesome. Like I said, if Sean, if you're not going to, wait a minute.
I think I'm here next week.
What is next week? Okay.
Yeah.
So
because technically I wasn't supposed to be here today because I did the meeting earlier this week. I used that as a work day and took today off, so I didn't have to work 5 days.
Awesome. So, Sean, if you want to read it, Ed, if you want to read it, Nope, if you're out there somewhere, I know you're busy right now. That's completely fine.
Do you have a synopsis?
I can pull one up real fast.
All right. Jedediah Jenkins is a farmer, but his cash crop isn't corn or soy. Jed grows fast-healing, plug-and-play human organs. Lose a finger, need a new life, or need a new liver, he's got you covered. Unfortunately, strange produce isn't the only thing Jed's got buried. Deep in the soil of Jenkins' family farm, something dark has taken root, and it's beginning to bloom.
Ooh.
From Rob Guillory, Eisner-winning co-creator and artist of Image Comics Chew, comes a new dark comedy about science gone sinister and agriculture gone apocalyptic. Nature is a mother.
I think I'd be down with that.
Yeah. Rob Guillory, Chew is so awesome. I love Chew.
Oh, Chew is awesome. Both of them.
Yeah. So, folks out there, one more time, it's Farmhand. If you want to read it and discuss it with me next week, just like the folks on the panel, if you want to read it and we'll have just not me blabbing about a book, by all means. Like these are optional. Until we do a review show, these list books are optional. But the more the merrier in my opinion on that.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Let me take this because
Have you heard from No?
He messaged me earlier. He said they're going to be a little late because they started watching Stranger Things today.
So and I think they're on the finale. So yeah. Fair. He's excused. Yeah. Then again, he's Nope. He's always excused.
Yeah.
The dude gave me a Daredevil LED sign. He is forever excused.
Damn.
I still haven't got to see yours.
You haven't seen my Daredevil thing?
No.
It's my profile picture on Facebook.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't go on Facebook, so.
Oh, well, that's fair.
Well, if you're talking about messages, those things are kind of really small.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, no, dude, it's so dope. But the first night I got it, I think I sat there for a little while in my room with nothing on but that light. It's a chill vibe. It's so cool.
Nice.
All right, so before I go any farther, I'm going to find a way to do this, Will, to where I can incorporate the folks out there. But so far, let me tell you what's left on this. I do have a winner's choice kind of spin on here. What I have left on this wheel that I'll be adding more of once it's finished, I got Watchmen, Incorruptible, Irredeemable, Batman the Long Halloween, Something is Killing the Children, Paper Girls, East of West, and Basketful of Heads Left.
Alrighty.
I don't remember. I think this will make book number 10 or 11 that I've read for the show. So I've gone through a good sized chunk of my list that I was putting on here. So really
I
excited.
really think you're gonna love Hot Long Halloween.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to get to it. That and Paper Girls. I'm telling you, Paper Girls is going to come up soon.
Yeah, but I don't know if you'll like that one as much as I did.
Nice.
It's raining ice outside.
I'm so cold.
We'll sit down for a little bit. So, yeah. That is kind of everything I had planned for the night. Folks out there, also make sure, do me a favor, if you have not yet, as soon as I get to it, make sure that you're subbed up to our buddies, our sister channel, Weirdos Podcast. That's Ed and Nope.
Bunch of weirdos.
Yeah. They have been with us on these hangouts for I don't know how long now,
Pretty much almost the beginning.
and before they were Weirdos, I had them on here.
I started doing your show with you last December
Yeah.
when I was on my Christmas break. And I
Gotcha.
think I've pretty much been on just about every week other than if I was in the hospital or sick or something.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I think Nope's joined us in like February or March when Reacher was coming out or something. Or
Yep.
yeah, it's been fun. A lot of fun. And if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't have a channel.
Oh, that feels great.
Because you know, going around sharing it with 8,000 people and don't even have it made yet.
Oh,
That's what you get for telling Jay something. He's like, dude, don't say anything yet. No. Oh,
The
sure.
one thing that's on a bummer is we're trending down, but I got to quit looking at the numbers. We've lost two subs. I was hoping to be at 160 for the new year, and we went from 158 to 157. It's like
I look at it like this, man. And like I didn't know if you could hear at the beginning of the show. Part of why I don't do reviews as much anymore is because I felt like I had to read to review instead of just reading. You know, and then when the book really spoke to me, just talk about it and stuff like that. You know,
that's fair.
I think I forgot that the channel is supposed to be fun.
It is, and Goo, real fast, John. Don't mean to cut you off, but Goo, you're welcome on this channel anytime you want. If there's ever a time you actually want to come on, get a hold of me. I'll send you a link. We'll have you on the show if you want to. Like that. That's an open invite to folks that join our chats. If you ever want to be on the show with us, that's what the show's about to me. It's not only having the interaction with y'all in the chat, but if y'all are comic fans and got something you want to talk about, as long as it's, comic and pop culture related, you're more than welcome to come on. So I appreciate you being here, boss. It means a lot that people show up and watch this stuff. Yeah, the shenanigans we do here. Like, I really do appreciate it. We are 10 subs away from 700. I never thought we would ever get close to that number, if I'm being honest.
So guys, what's really funny is we started this on Instagram with just pictures with just 5 people and 3 of them being us, ourselves.
Yeah.
And then like we've just grown to where we are now is just crazy in my mind.
Yeah.
I do kind of miss those weekly themed posts that we did with the pictures because you did some dope stuff with some of those photos and the themes.
Because it used to be a comic and then either pops and statues related to it or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Or a movie with the pops and statues, or
Or
and
you
then
remember?
when we first started doing videos and Instagram literally had to be 59 seconds. If you go back and you rewatch some of those like reels and shorts that we did, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, people talk that fast? You're going to wonder how many times did we have to record these to try and make it under that 59 seconds.
We used to sit there with a camera,
3
talking points written on a piece of paper, taped to the bottom of the camera.
Yep.
And read. The best one ever is Jenna with the flash.
Yeah.
I always thought it was my Cinderella serial killer.
Well, what I
Yes.
mean, I don't mean by numbers. I'm talking about because the flash fell over and that noise you make, because you're like, "Ah!"
Oh, Cisco. Cisco
Yeah,
kept falling
Cisco
over.
kept
Oh,
falling
yeah.
over. Yeah, no, Serial Killer Cinderella is probably our best OG video. Period.
I keep telling the guys they need to go on there on our Instagram, take all of them, and then move them to YouTube so everybody can see them.
I do.
Not everybody does
And
Instagram.
and there's stuff that we used to do too that I want to bring back, like question of the week. I noticed that more people are starting to do that now. We used to have question of the week. I know
That was us.
Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club does it.
Yeah.
But the question of the weeks were fun. I want to start doing stuff like that again too.
Jenna used to do. Jenna, didn't you used to do like Women Wednesday, like big women characters?
Yeah, I did something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
I want to
I've
release.
tried over the years.
yeah.
I want to release Jenna's review of Civil War movie as a short on our channel.
Fight you.
I got that little clip, and I want to put that on our channel so bad. I've been
Well,
wanting
if
to
you
do
put
it.
a bunch of beeps in it, you can do it.
Oh, beep that! I ain't beeping nothing.
Yeah. Y'all, my nieces and nephews watch these.
Well, I'm not going to give your name. I'll just say a psychotic Karen phoned into the show to talk about Civil War. Listen to this.
They're gonna know who it is.
Everybody knows.
They're
Yeah.
gonna know.
You just need to title it "Civil War's Biggest Fan."
Exactly. No, I was just gonna title it "I'll Fight You." I'll just leave it there.
I can't with you guys. I can't. Oh,
Because,
yeah,
that's because I'm too adorable.
we've done. Oh my gosh, what else? We used to have like themed 5 days a week. We had 5 themes every single day.
Yeah, and you had that one segment, Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, when the sky was black and blue.
No, I'm talking about as when we were Triangle of Truth.
I know you are. I'm joking.
Yeah. He just wants you to say it again.
I don't even remember the title of that book.
I don't either.
I remember it being good.
Just having an anime style title and manga style title to it.
Yeah, it did. And every book had another title to it. Every issue had like Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, and then each issue, instead of having an issue number, had another title to it, and that's what like made it run on.
Then I got her to say it 5 times in one show. She even had to speak to other eds to do it, but
Oh,
it worked.
Yeah.
ah,
That was so much fun.
She's gonna go grab her glasses and sit in for a minute. So yeah, this year we're already through almost the first month already.
oh god.
Like it's crazy. Before we
It's
know it,
ridiculous, man.
Supergirl's gonna be here. Like all these
It's
other
just
things.
dumb. I swear to God, we were just talking about Superman last week. 6 months, 5 months, 4 months. Now we're doing the same thing.
Jenna's gonna sit in and talk to y'all for a minute. I'll be back in here in just a minute.
What am I going to talk about?
Anything recently?
I got to get up here shortly because I got to eat something finally.
I thought you ate that sandwich. That's why I didn't make you a burger when I made burgers and fries.
Oh no, yeah, no, you're fine. I'm not blaming you for that at all. I just chose the sandwich so that I could sit down without an upset stomach. So I'm gonna have to go out there and either make a burger or a chicken wrap.
Oh, chicken wraps are so good.
If you can make a chicken wrap, please record it.
There you go.
Come on, robot chicken, anybody? Oh my gosh, let's see. What were you guys just talking about? Oh yeah, like when we first started, it was a lot of fun. It was just Instagram and it was just pictures, and then it became like this short little 59-second videos, and then we finally moved over to putting everything on YouTube, and then we finally started doing lives, and it's just
that's that. That's where we're at now. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. This
Name
is where
change in there along the way.
Hmm?
Said name change in there along
Yeah.
the way. Ooh.
I like our name now. I like the name before, but I like our name now. And the reason we have this name is because me, Jay, and a couple of other friends, we had planned on opening our own comic book store, and that was the name we were going to use. So it was a name I already had. Like, do I have it trademarked or copywritten? I can't remember, but I already had it like in my name, and we were like, you know what? Let's use it.
Yep.
Here we
Well,
are.
because a lot of times people were like, your name doesn't suggest comics, and anytime you looked up
Yeah,
truth, it would bring up
conspiracy
conspiracy.
theories.
So it was like, okay, let's rebrand here.
I was like, let's pivot.
So and that was a long discussion. It took us a few months to really decide if we were going to do it and then pull the trigger. Once Jay had that logo ready to go, it was time.
Yeah.
I still need to do shirts.
Shirts and baseball caps. And I don't know if Jay and Sean told everybody yet, but this will be the first year in a long time for me, at least. We are not going to Comic Palooza this year, but we're going to pick up a couple of other smaller cons in the Houston area. If you guys wanted to come and see us, it will not be this color hair. It'll probably be either. I haven't decided. Should I go purple or should I go blue? Maybe I'll go red. It was a bright red before. I haven't decided yet.
Still waiting for you to do green one day just for the hell of it.
I've done green. It just it washes me out. That's why I don't do it anymore. It almost looks like moss on my head. I look like a chia pet when it's green. Jenna. Oh,
I love that. Chia Jenna.
Gina. Maybe I'll have to do it again just so you guys can see. Just like Jenna.
I would do it just to shave your head, and cut off your hair. No.
Rude. Oh,
That was a really good Christian Bale Batman voice there, Ed.
mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't know.
You sound like you're gargling marbles.
It makes me want to go rewatch Bat Family, the 3 songs they have.
Oh Lord.
Nice try, Penguin.
Nice try.
My fist, your face. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a fucking tough. That's right. Oh man.
Yes. You ever want to know what kind of music I'm listening to? Go listen to that.
I'm so ready though to go back to Bedrock Con this year.
Bedrock City Comic Con over in Stafford.
I was so pleasantly surprised at how fun that was for the size it was.
Yeah, like I'm looking forward to. I'm thinking of doing. It's in July. It's Kimo Kawaii here in Conroe. They have 2 of them. They have one in Bedrock, or I'm sorry, not Bedrock. They have one in College Station, and they have one in Kimo Kawaii, or one in Conroe. The one they're having in Conroe, this is their 5th year. I was at the first 2 as the store when they first started, so it'd be really cool to go back to see, because they've really like grown as a con. And it's like a small local con. I really want to go to that one. I'm thinking about it. And then
I'm going to the website now.
Hey. I wish I could remember how to do that on here.
You should be able to just open a different. Oh, you talking about like sharing the page?
Yeah.
Hold on. I can probably do that on mine. Let me see.
Yeah. I don't remember. No, we're talking about Kimo Kawaii Con and how can I show it to people?
Can y'all see it?
No.
Really?
Got to add it to the stage.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Go with that.
Go here.
Click that.
Here?
Yep. Wait a second.
Hey, there we go.
Okay. So just tell me where you want me to go and click.
Is this the Conroe one or is this the
Yes, this should be Conroe.
So they've only announced a couple of the guests. If you want to do, you got to click on the actual, scroll down a little bit and you'll go to Conroe. And then that'll show you everything. There we go. So these are, like I said, it's still many months off, and they've already announced a couple of guests. And tickets are super cheap to this, especially for like, I think 1 year. Oh my gosh, I'm trying to remember. This is the same guy that does the Terror one, and he had the first one. He had one of the Ramones there, and I almost cried. It was great.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. So this one's like a not expensive one at all.
No, and I'll just pay the $30.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's only 2 days, but it's just like Bedrock City Comic Con, but in a very like anime setting. And it's got more voice actors than it does have like comic artists, but it will still have like artists there. Like I said, I've been to 2 of them.
I'm guessing when it says vendors, that's just registration, or is it going to show me a list of who's going to be there?
I think it's just registration. I don't think they have vendors yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, it just like, even this is like very reasonable, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that pricing, that's one ticket to Comic Palooza.
Oh, that's not even. That's
I'm
not
sorry.
even half.
You all 3 of us buy one. That's one ticket. For
one ticket to Comic Palooza, it's $100 right now, but they're about to up the price again.
Yeah.
Because back in December it was like $80 something, and then if you had more than one ticket, you got 20% off. And then this month it's $98, but if you buy more than one ticket, it was 20% off. But they already ended that. So right now it's like $98 a person already.
Oh dang! Here you go, John.
I know. I love the merch. I've always loved their merch. And it's what I love about this one is it's in Conroe, and it's a lot of local, like smaller creators show up there, and I've always loved the feel of those.
Yep, it is vendor registration. Okay.
Yeah, but you see, even that's crazy because Comapalooza is charging like $1,000 for artists to come in, which is crazy.
Anything else y'all need me to show off, or I can?
Let me think. I'm trying to think of.
Anybody, I can show off the College Station one if anybody's curious about that.
Yeah, if anybody's curious, let's look at that one. I haven't looked at that one. See if they've announced anybody for that one.
Yep.
Because that one's going to be in April rather than June. Nope, just the one person so far. And this is the second time they're having it in College Station. Their second one in College Station.
Huh. All right.
But yeah, the Houston area is just full of cons.
All right.
You know, like there's Gator Con is coming up the second weekend of February. Yeah, the second one. Collecticon, NostalgiaCon, Retropalooza, PokeCon. Oh my gosh. Arlington Comic Fest.
Yeah. I know my cousin's going to do a lot of the ones that'll have the Pokemon trading stuff.
Yeah, which should be really good. This one would be a good one for him because this one's like a older anime one. This one in Retropalooza, I think, would work pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Might have to ask him if he's going to be there or not.
Yeah, go say hi to him.
Sometimes
Texas Horror Fest.
Oh yeah, that's one I know you've been trying to get everyone to go to.
Yeah.
Fly Ed down. Like, come on, Ed, let's go to a horror fest.
Houston Horror Film Fest. Oh my gosh, I'm excited about that. They have already told like a huge lineup. And that one's going to be in August. Houston Horror Film Fest. Let me see if I can pull that up. Hold, please. Do 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 do. Shut up, Jay.
Suicide is pain. Brings on many changes.
How do I? Did I do it?
Yep.
Yay! So this is the other one I was looking at. The Houston Horror Film Fest. Baby, you want to come look at this one? It's a horror convention in August.
Down at Briar Forest. That's a good area of town just to go get for restaurants. So if we wanted to eat good stuff too.
Yes, and this one's a 3-day one.
Look at that. 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. Ooh.
Yeah. Well, a lot of cons have Friday, usually later stuff.
I will miss the wrestling though from Comic Palooza this year.
Yeah. That's one of my favorite parts too. See, do they have any special guests? Ooh,
Julia Lewis, Rose McGowan.
what? Okay, I really want to go to this one now.
2 classics. All right.
Steven
Ooh.
Dorff and Jamie Presley.
Mm-hmm. This one I want to go to. I've wanted to go this one for years. Yeah.
2 people from My Name Is Earl. Jenna Jameson.
Whoa. Hello. All right.
I've never heard of that person.
Well, her regular films, dear. Jeez. So those are the guests that they said they have more too. Let's see.
I'd go just to
More
meet
awesome
Jamie.
if you know who she is.
I love you.
My dumb ex-boyfriend wants to do you.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. How much are tickets? Let's look.
I started rewatching that again too.
Of course you did. $60 for a 3-day pass.
Extremely freaking reasonable.
Well, that's
Yes.
not bad at all.
No,
That's
it's not. The VIP is only $300, but it's sold out.
One day, I want to do a VIP for one of the cons, a VIP pass.
I guess it really just depends. Like I did
Dallas.
a special. I didn't do the VIP. I just did the ultimate package for Dallas. Is what I did.
Did that come with what was the comic? You remember?
It was a Batman comic.
I thought it was Superman.
Well, crap, I can't remember now.
Because it's still
Gosh darn it.
Gosh
I
darn
thought
it.
it was actually Comic 1000.
It was an Action
But I-
Comics 1000
But I
special.
couldn't find it in our legal.
Sad part is, if I had the money, because it's at that freaking thing's at a hotel. If I had the money to afford the 3 days just to stay there, so we can just go up
Oh,
and down.
hell yeah. Go to the bar.
What hotel
afterward.
is it? Houston Marriott West Chase.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a decent enough hotel.
Yeah. 122 a night though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it's one of those, like, I realize I live in the same city, but it's like if you can just go over there and just go up and go down each day.
Yeah. Well, if you could get a suite and split it with buddies, that's what we
Yeah.
always
That's
did.
what I was clicking on to see what it does. Because I put for 3 adults, 2 queens.
At that point, although at these prices, though, you can probably find an Airbnb somewhere in the area and just be like, screw it, just do that.
Yeah. Like I said, there's so much going on, like in Houston alone. No matter what we pick, we're probably gonna enjoy it.
We're gonna have a whole Hydra Sound con series this year.
Wouldn't that be nice? Thursday check-in, Monday check-out. Comes out to $488.
That'd be tree fitting.
That woman don't get no much of no $350. Get a more
Well,
affordable hotel and an Uber. That's what I was thinking too. Forget the Uber. Just drive over there and probably park for free.
Oh, yeah.
You're my sister. Oh, it's that kind. Yes. Hi. Sorry, I didn't see you because when I'm showing things, I can't look at both pages. I'm so sorry.
So
Hi.
that guy, that's a friend of mine, Carlos.
Hello, Carlos.
That I've known for a long time.
But yeah, that's the this con is the one that I've been talking about for a while because my old friend Alfie used to go to. I think it's called Texas. I think it's that one actually.
Texas Horror Fest or something like that?
Yeah, it was that one. I think. So
Well,
she's met so
that's
many people.
3 cons now, at least. Kima Kauai, Houston Horror Film, and Bedrock. So that's 3.
Yeah. See, and then even with that, we'd still be spending less on tickets to Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
I was
Come on.
trying to find on here how much it would be to meet any of the guests, because so if you go on Comicpalooza, they tell you how much it is for autographs and everything, but on if I click on it, nope, okay. It does nothing.
Darn it. Maybe they'll post that stuff closer.
I don't know.
You're supposed to know.
I know nothing. Call me Jon Snow. Oh my gosh. I forgot Steve. Oh, he barely looks like how he did in the first Blade film.
The biggest thing though, I got to get with a couple of friends of mine because they have T-shirt makers.
Mm.
Got to get us Hydra stuff printed to
Yeah.
wear for at least one day of con.
Just have like a cute QR thing on the back of our shirts. People scan it, go to our pages, our link tree or something. For Instagram, YouTube.
Smart.
I know. I am the SMRT, SMART. By the way, Ed, I made perfect burgers tonight. Well, Jay mostly made them, but I just did the cooking. Well, about half of the cooking. we had maple bacon. We had sweet and spicy Swiss with the burgers, and then on buns with perfect fries. What?
Hmm?
Ed can't have burgers?
I can't have beef.
Pourquoi?
I can't have anything from a cow. Milk, cheese, beef. I can't eat any of that. So when I make burgers, that's with buffalo or elk.
Ooh, buffalo burgers would be so good.
Same
Elk
with steaks or venison.
Elk
My heart-
is
My heart, my soul.
Oh man, your steaks are doing good.
Hey, can you go move the controller so I don't lose my spot in my game?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can get back to it and fix that.
Oh, okay.
he's like, no, by God.
Fine. I'll just leave you to it. I'm playing back through Jurassic World Evolution. Never did finish that last island, so now I've gotta get back to it. I gotta make sure the stupid velociraptors aren't killing more people for no apparent reason.
Are kids on the menu?
No, this isn't yours.
I'm so mad. Ed, when this is over, I need to talk to you about that.
Okay.
I can't get it to work anymore.
Eating kids.
They were locusts for anybody asking. It was from Gears of War, and it was actually the swarm from 5. Bunch of haters. All right. Good night, guys. Bye.
Good night.
My leg hurts. Sorry.
All right.
Hey, when you're done with that heater, you bring it to me because it's so cold.
Yeah, I will. Love you too. All right. Well, folks, that was basically everything that I had tonight. In fact, we still went 3 hours. Phenomenal. Love that.
I felt we had a nice productive chat.
Mm-hmm.
Very true. Very true. Now, I want to remind everyone that even though we're going to be here next week, same time, 9 Eastern, 8 Central, on the 7th, there will not be a show, at least on our end. It's our niece's first birthday, so we're going to be going to Dallas for that. So there will be no show. That should be, foreseeable that after that should be slated shows. My goal is to we're going to hit that 100 show-wise. Okay, that's going to happen. But hopefully health and everything will be intact. So outside of something important like a first birthday for a niece, we won't miss any more shows really. So this year I also plan on trying to put I don't want to say an itinerary together, but maybe get things listed out a little bit more, because a lot of times I'm so busy with work that putting shows together. Live shows are hard, folks. Live shows are hard. Having topics and things to talk about when you're kind of under the wire with other things from work. This was kind of very last minute, but it's usually how the shows go. But we always end up having a good time anyway. But I'm hoping, I'm hoping that this year I'll be able to put some things out there like, hey, we're gonna do talk about Dairy, the first season of Dairy, or what have you. I can tell everybody a week or two in advance, so we can,
that's the toughest part that people might not realize is when you want to do a panel, is you got to have enough time for everybody to be read up and caught up on what you want to talk about.
Yeah.
And that sometimes takes a couple weeks notice, because it's not like I could call you on Thursday and say, Jay, I want to do a show on all 30 issues of Paper Girls. Can you have it read by tomorrow night?
Yeah, exactly.
It don't work.
If he gets bored one night, he might read 30 issues in a row.
Maybe. I think one of the things I want to do for next week, and we will definitely talk about it, and I'll definitely have enough time, is as soon as we can rope Nope in, do another review show.
Rope Nope in.
Rope a Nope. He noped me into this.
Nope on a rope.
Nope on a rope. We each pick 2 or 3 books. Everybody reads them, just like that first time we did it. I think everybody enjoyed that.
Heck yeah. It's fun.
That was fucking fun.
So I think since it'll be
I've actually kept reading some of them.
Yeah.
Good. That's also awesome. So I figure since we're gonna have Sean here for one more Saturday, as soon as we can talk to Nope and everything, set that up soon. So it gives everybody a time to read the 2 or 3 books they're gonna read. Or what was it? Last time we did 2?
We
About
did
2,
2, so we had 8 to read.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is a good round number.
Yeah.
Because you got to figure there's the bonus comic from the list.
Right.
That's 9. And then if there's anything outside the list that just been really capturing, so it'll be 8's a good round number, because then we'll probably end up talking about 15.
Yeah, that's true.
While we're at it. So
that's true. So as soon as we can talk to Nope, I think that's what we're going to be doing next week. Is a little weird Hydra Nope review show.
Little comic book review there, guys.
Little reviewing books. Little talking about the books over here. Huh?
Are you all right?
Sean knows what I'm doing.
Yeah. You had to be there, Ed. Sorry.
I don't think I wanted to be.
Well, we're getting close to the end of it, so let me get something switched over here. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to drop everyone out.
Good to see everybody.
I figured Sean's had his camera off the whole time. I'm not going to make him close out the show with the off camera. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out the show for tonight. So Sean, always good to see you. Even though it's you're 2/3 of the channel. It's always good to actually have you on. Ed, always a pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Look forward to 61 more episodes with you.
Sounds good.
And I will see you both in the back room.
I'll see you in a bit.
Alrighty, folks. Short-ish show. This is about the sweet spot I've been finding lately. I think it's going to be quite a while before we ever do a 7, almost 8-hour show again. Maybe sometime in the future we'll try to pull something like that. But as always, folks, all kidding aside, I appreciate every single one of you. I think I speak for all of us. Having folks here in the chat talking to us. We do this show without anybody in the chat, but we love having folks here. So I appreciate y'all taking the time out of y'all's Saturdays to come and watch, the show. It's not very put together, but it's fun. I have a good time, and I hope the folks that watch have a good time as well. You know, that's what it's all about here. I want you to leave the show with a good feeling, to be like, hey, you know, that might be crazy. I might not understand half of what they're talking about, but I sure had a good time. That's always the goal for me. Read some comics, folks. If you get some time, read some comics. Go watch Invincible to get caught up before season 4 comes out. All that fun stuff, you know, comics and movies and things like that. You know, the way the world's going right now, we need some hope. We need some fun. We need some light in our lives. I don't get very political, so that's as far as I'm going to go with that. But again, thank you all so much for being here. I really appreciate it. 10 subs away from 700. Hopefully, we're going to hit that 800 or even 1,000 goal this year. We're going to be pushing for it. Be on the lookout for more videos from me. Hopefully, maybe some more trailer reactions, maybe some more unboxings. Hopefully, some more comic stuff. I'm going to keep reading Farmhand for the list book next week. So if you want to talk about Farmhand with us, if you can find a way to read it, please do so. Love to hear everyone's thoughts on it. But I'm done rambling, folks. I want you all to remember to stay safe, stay warm, have an awesome rest of your weekend. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't yet. And I'll catch you next time. Thanks, everyone. Later.
We talk about everything that makes us hum. Hail Hydra Asylum, hail Hydra Asylum. From trailers, comics, news, and more, we'll give you what you're looking for. Hail Hydra Asylum, hail, 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 hail Hydra Asylum.
Hail Hydra.